Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Reverse. Uno. 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 Uno.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno.
Reverse.
Uno. Uno.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes? Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
I've got to bring in a special friend of mine. I think you're gonna recognize her. Katie is back in the booth with me.
Do you change the color to blue, though? I mean, what do you decide to do here? And
Oh,
hand
no.
it over to the best.
No
Wow.
way. It's the scary part of discard all. Look how many discard alls go down, but it's a trap. Isabella throws down 1 discard all. Everyone follows.
No.
Clock is running thin.
Uno.
The best technically in first because of points.
Uno.
2 action cards, and now only a 1 in hand. Discard all for green. Alexis can't play. It can't play at all. Isabella takes it with the reverse. It doesn't matter.
Closes it
Isabella
out.
wins overall.
Honestly, everybody, all the support staff on the Discord, everyone is super nice. Honestly, it's been such a great experience. I think it's a great community for sure. Thank you for spending your time doing this. I think that it means a lot to everybody, so thank you for that. And I'm looking forward to November.
Uno. Uno. Uno.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun. Players from all over North America battled their way through a series of qualifiers, with the 16 best making it to our Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup. Our finalists will be playing with the same rules they used in the qualifiers: classic solos, stack, and our 1 house card rule, discard all. We will also be adding a new rules wheel spin that will determine the fourth and final rule for each stage of the competition. We will spin the wheel before the group stages, semifinals, and finals, and will add in one of the 4 rules shown: 0-7, Wild Punch, Open Draft, or Color Challenge. Competitors will work their way through a 16-player bracket with the top 2 players from each match moving on to the next round, all the way to the grand finals. Instead of relying on score, our matches will continue to be played until the first player reaches 3 wins. That player will move on to the next round, along with the player with the second best record. If players are tied in wins, we'll have that covered in the rulebook. Finally, if you make it to the grand finals match, you will be playing for your share of the $5,000 prize pool, along with a unique in-game title and a pile of diamonds. Good luck, and may the best player win.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun.
This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun.
This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Reverse.
Uno! Uno!
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno! Uno! Reverse! Uno! Uno!
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes? Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
I've got to bring in a special friend of mine. I think you're going to recognize her. Katie is back in the booth with me.
You changed the color to blue, though? I mean, what do you decide to do here? And
Oh,
hand
no.
it over to the best.
No
Wow.
way. It's the scary part of discard all. Look how many discard alls go down, but it's a trap. Isabella throws down 1 discard all. Everyone follows. Clock is running thin. The best technically in first because of points. 2 action cards, and now only a 1 in hand. Discard all for green. Alexis can't play. It can't play at all. Isabella takes it with the reverse. It doesn't matter.
Closes it
Isabella
out.
wins overall.
Honestly, everybody, all the support staff on the Discord, everyone is super nice. Honestly, it's been such a great experience. I think it's a great community for sure. Thank you for spending your time doing this. I think that it means a lot to everybody, so thank you for that. And I'm looking forward to November.
Uno! Uno!
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun. Players from all over North America battled their way through a series of qualifiers, with the 16 best making it to our Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup. Our finalists will be playing with the same rules they used in the qualifiers: classic solos, stack, and our 1 house card rule, discard all. We will also be adding a new rules wheel spin that will determine the 4th and final rule for each stage of the competition. We will spin the wheel before the group stages, semifinals, and finals, and will add in one of the 4 rules shown: 0-7, Wild Punch, Open Draft, or Color Challenge. Competitors will work their way through a 16-player bracket, with the top 2 players from each match moving on to the next round, all the way to the grand finals. Instead of relying on score, our matches will continue to be played until the first player reaches 3 wins. That player will move on to the next round, along with the player with the second best record. If players are tied in wins, we'll have that covered in the rulebook. Finally, if you make it to the grand finals match, you will be playing for your share of the $5,000 prize pool, along with a unique in-game title and a pile of diamonds. Good luck, and may the best player win.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game, and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports.
Do you have what it takes?
Unbelievable. Listening to their celebration. I don't even know what I just did, but I did it.
No way, dude.
Good morning, good evening, and welcome into the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup August finale. We're back at it again. I'm Gojj, I'm your host. I've been here since the very beginning of Uno Mobile Esports at the beginning of the year. And look, I'm excited to be back for August because we have a lot in store for you. But if maybe this is your first time tuning in and you're wondering what's going on, yeah, this is the August finale. We had players battle their way through qualifiers, and you can get involved in as well. All you have to do is download Uno Mobile for free on iOS or Android Google Play stores. All of our qualifiers happen in-app, and some amazing new game modes and things coming your way in-game. So go get your hands on it for free, and go follow Uno Mobile on all major socials. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and of course, they've got social medias like Twitter and their incredibly thriving Discord community that you want to get involved in. So exclamation point socials will pull all that up for you. But if you're watching this back, down in the description below, get your hands on those links. Go follow Uno. They always have events going on like today's. Now, I'm excited to get into everything we have today, but I think you're getting used to this at this point. We got to reward you just for being here, right? So let's roll our first giveaway of the day. You earned it. You're here watching the live stream. We're excited to celebrate with you. Here's your first gift code of the day. Go to that cogwheel, head down to redeem, type in the gift code livestream818. You're gonna get yourself 250 coins and 5 diamonds just for being here at the start of the show. So congratulations, you did it. We got more coming your way as well, more giveaways, a ton of amazing competition. But before we go anywhere, while you're typing this in, let's see a little bit more about what we've been doing all year and what's to come.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Unpredictable fun indeed. It's been unpredictable fun all year, but today, August, let's talk about what you're gonna see today, because we do have a little extra something that we're gonna be using today to spice things up. So let's take a look about the rules for today's competition and how it differs from the last couple months.
Players from all over North America battled their way through a series of qualifiers, with the 16 best making it to our Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup. Our finalists will be playing with the same rules they used in the qualifiers: classic solos, stack, and our one house card rule, discard all. We will also be adding a new rules wheel spin that will determine the 4th and final rule for each stage of the competition. We will spin the wheel before the group stages, semifinals, and finals, and we'll add in one of the 4 rules shown: 0-7, wild punch, open draft, or color challenge. Competitors will work their way through a 16-player bracket, with the top 2 players from each match moving on to the next round, all the way to the grand finals. Instead of relying on score, our matches will continue to be played until the first player reaches 3 wins. That player will move on to the next round, along with the player with the second best record. If players are tied in wins, we'll have that covered in the rulebook. Finally, if you make it to the grand finals match, you will be playing for your share of the $5,000 prize pool, along with a unique in-game title and a pile of diamonds. Good luck, and may the best player win.
Did you catch it? A lot of the same, but one new addition, that wheel spin of rules. We'll be talking a little bit more about that in a moment. But look, you're probably tired of just listening to me talk over and over again. So let's bring in our other caster. We please welcome back Pancakpow into the booth. A warm welcome indeed, pal. I mean, we're representing for the warmth outside, still representing that Paws and Claws collection with our kind of summery vibes. Both of us actually have the sunglasses on the head. So how are you feeling today?
I am so excited to be back because not only do we have some returners, we have some newbies that are joining us today. And not only that, we have some rule changes. So I think things are going to be really, really spicy today. I'm so excited to get started.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you back for this. This is going to be a lot of fun, a new little spice up, but still kind of the same old that we've seen through the last several months. So we're going to be testing our players today, of course, on how they can think on their feet as we change up rules. But it's time to test you all in the chat. Let's bring up our first trivia of the day. Get your typing fingers ready. I need you typing in the answer to this question. Were you paying attention? Which Uno house rule is not included in the Community Cup August Grand Finals? That's today. Which one? Is it A, 07, B, discard all, C, wild trick, or D, open draft? Pal, do you think people at home are paying attention?
I know the answer. I know. I was paying attention. I know. One definitely is sticking out to me. Come on, chat.
I like it.
Come on.
It's not B. We are going to have that discard all today. As per usual. A, C, D. Which one is not included? Close. Type it in. It's not D. It's either 07 or wild trick. Which one is it? A or C? And I think we know, pal. We just saw it in the rules video. We're about to talk through it. Let's show the answer. Here it is. A or C? It is C. Wild trick. The wild trick is not involved. Yes. It's wild punch. A little different. Definitely changes up the game. We'll see if wild punch is selected on that wheel. All right, chat. Did you get it right? If not, get ready for the next one. We've got more coming your way. But let's talk through those rules, pal, because I think some people at home maybe just tuned in. They're like, I didn't see the video, so let's take a look at them. Pal, walk me through what's going to happen today.
Well, our rules are somewhat familiar to those who've been tuning in, but if you haven't and this is your first time, welcome. We have the first to get to 3 wins. Our top 2 move on, and of course, our stack and discard all. So I feel like some of this is new for some people, and this is great because you can sit back, watch this, and see how this is gonna benefit each other or maybe not benefit you. So I'm excited for the rule change-ups too. We got some new stuff today for our August event.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And again, it's first person to 3 wins will move on from that matchup, but it's the top 2 moving on in total. So when that first person gets to 3 wins, the second person also moves on, unless, of course, there's a tie. And we'll walk through our tiebreaker rules later. We've got our quarterfinals, then our semifinals, and then our finals. And we're going to be spinning that wheel of rules to determine what extra rule is going to be added in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, and then in the finals. So I think it's time. I think we spin the wheel. Let's see what's going on. What's happening? This is just for the group stages. It's time to spin the wheel. Which rule will be added as the 4th and final rule through all of our group stages? It's just, yeah, it's gonna be wild punch straight up. Even wild punch being added. Pal, this is an exciting one. And you and I were talking about it. If wild punch got selected, which it did. This is the first time we've seen this on broadcast since last summer, I believe, with our All-Stars event.
I mean, I feel like the All-Star was such a fun and crazy event because it's just that type of wild card that just can destroy the hopes and dreams of somebody. But that's what's so exciting about it. The wild punch card is now back. So I don't know what's going to happen. These games are going to be absolutely bananas.
Again, we're going to be using that wild punch all the way through our group stages. So A, B, C, and D will all be using wild punch, as well as utilizing stack. They're all going to be playing as solos, all the things we've already talked about. And of course, that discard all will still be in play. But I'm excited to see how these players utilize this wild punch, because you might think you're going to be drawing 16, and then all of a sudden, wild punch sends it right back where it came from. Let's see what those players are going to be able to do and who those players are. Let's take a look at the bracket here, pal. Looking through our group stages, you and I said we've got some new faces, some old faces as we walk through these. Speaking of those new faces, let's look at Group A. Mike. I like Mike. That's a fun name.
I mean, I feel like, he was very creative when he decided to something easy, He didn't want to get fancy there. We got Kim and Ryan and E007. I kind of like that name too. It's such a good name, right?
Yeah, well, let's look at Group B. This is kind of the story of the old heads, if you will, of Uno Mobile Esports. MQ is back. MQ was actually the winner of the May Community Cup Finals. So has already been here, has won it, and is back for some more, which I love. This is such a cool story. We'll see if he's able to do it. Jordan as well also had actually made it all the way to the finals, just barely missing out on November. So Jordan's back, trying to make those November finals. And of course, we've got Petty, we've got Twila as well. But looking at Group C and D, some more familiar names and some new ones.
I mean, Ace Obi-Wan. We got JC Memphis, representing Memphis, obviously, and Via for Easy. I don't know how easy things are going to go their way, but we're excited to see how they'll compete against one another.
Yeah, exactly. Fun names here. Looking at Group D, Uno Monster is back. If you remember Uno Monster, they had a pretty solid run, but they're back for more, and they want to make November. So watch out for Uno Monster, another returning player. Then we got Freckles, we've got Rosella, and somebody shouting out their IG. We got, oh, it's Chris here, trying to compete and make it to the finals. But they got to make it through the qualifier rounds here. And Pal, this is going to be difficult. Wild Punch is going to change it up. Now, the players were informed of all 4 rules that could be chosen, but nobody knew the rule going in. We had to spin the wheels. So were they ready for Wild Punch? Is that the card that they wanted to be drawn? I don't know. Time will tell.
I mean, I feel if they tuned in to the All-Star, they're probably going to be a lot more confident coming in. Or if they've played amongst their friends, they're very familiar with that wild card. I'm excited to see if, in fact, maybe they aren't familiar with it. How are they going to, maybe see the other contestants, how they utilize it? It's always kind of like monkey see, monkey do, how they actually react to one another. So I'm excited to get our first group started.
Yeah, if history is going to repeat itself, we know that every single group stage will play slightly differently. We'll likely see a group go all the way down to the wire. 9 total games could be played with a player waiting till the last possible second to grab 3 wins. But hey, who knows? It could be a 3-0 sweep. We've seen that as well. Anything can happen in these Community Cup finals. I'm excited to get into the gameplay.
Me too.
All right. Game is ready, pal. On cue. Here it is. We got Mike on screen. Woo! No wild punches. Oh, no, there is one. Ryan's got a wild punch. You can see it right next to his other wild card. Again, such a dynamic card. You got to use it at the right time for it to be truly effective, though.
Yeah, we got placing. I mean, everyone's kind of feeling each other out a little bit. I feel like this is kind of like if you're kind of coming in and introducing this whole event, there's a lot of eyes on you. Everyone's going to see how you're playing, the style. And of course, everyone talks to one another in the Discord. So we're all friendly, but I feel like when it comes down to the competition, every man, woman, child for themselves.
That's exactly right. Everyone's trying to make it there. Looking at the cards here, Ryan's looking really strong. You don't really want to burn that wild card early, so he's going to hang on to it and just draw. No one's really threatening yet from what we can see. A little reverse back and forth. Kim could throw down the wild here and go to Uno, which it looks like Kim's going to do. Now, what does Ryan do from here? At this point, if we don't change it, Kim could win.
I mean, he's decided to change it to red. All right, here we go.
It's a good play. It's a good play. The problem is you had to burn the wild punch. You want to save on to that, but you can't allow Kim to win for free. So still hanging on to that Uno, and no one's changing it to blue because they don't want Kim to win. This is a close one.
I mean, that stack. I mean, here comes back the red. We're moving forward here. Having some pickup cards, was able to draw that red.
Reverse.
That beautiful reverse from Kim.
This is a pretty slow one so far. Everybody's just kind of playing patiently. Wow, Mike is not taking any risks. Does not want that card to be red. Nah, it didn't know Ryan had a yellow, and let alone was it a +2.
There's a lot of yellow too to be held here, but in fact, there is a lot of pacing, right? We still have a minute on the clock, so it was kind of moving kind of fast, but now everyone's trying to burn that time.
Here we go. Now you can see the points. I love this new addition. We had it last month as well. You can see the points on the screen. Ryan is in the lead, but now everybody knows Ryan picked up wild. He's got to play it because those points went skyrocketing. Punch goes down, doesn't do much, but now down to 2 cards apiece. Is about as close as it can get.
I mean, here comes the Unos. In fact, he has that 1 point to his name.
All right. Everybody's just playing what they can.
So much Uno going on.
Gotta draw. Now, a nice discard all here from Ryan. The problem is that puts his points higher and higher. Still can't play. A huge wild at the last second, though. Kim was going to take it there if we were able to not change the color. And bam, +4 wild. We're still in it.
And we have 11 seconds on the clock. Moves need to be made. And there it goes. Mike with the win.
That is right there. That was probably the most systematic game of Uno Mobile we've seen in a long time. Everybody was really only able to play 1 or 2 types of cards, and they were just slowly plotting away. Everyone got down to just a couple cards left, and it fell in turn to Mike, who had the red at the right time, and the next player in line was going to go out of cards with that discard all if Mike wasn't able to play.
It almost felt like the wild punch was kind of confusing for everyone at first. I don't know if it felt like, people didn't know what to do with it, but I'm excited if this next round they actually utilize it till the very end, because it was kind of used prematurely, I feel like, in Ryan's situation, but you never know. Maybe he had some strategic plan there.
Well, I think the end of it is no one really made him draw cards, right? And so when you can't, nobody's trying to make you draw cards and it's a wild card, sometimes you just gotta burn it. But you're right, it does kind of change up their mentality a little bit of like, oh, I want to hold on to this. But let's look at this game now. Again, it's first to 3 wins, so we got plenty of games left for Group A. Kim looking incredibly strong right now. The only thing that could really thwart Kim's position here would be Ryan drawing a discard, or rather a wild punch to stop it, but too late. Already playing the +4 wild. Kim's looking strong, and Ryan's gonna have to draw.
Draw 4.
Ooh, I love the emotes too. Along sending these stack cards, moving it along over here, changing it back to green with that wild punch. Is able to contest it back with that +2.
Below 7, looking pretty strong right now. Everybody's kind of giving them what they want. Kim wants to hold on to the wild, fairly smart. As we change colors, it might be in for a rude awakening. Oh wow, what a draw! And that's one that you're gonna look back on and say that might have given me the win. 007 decided not to play their +4 wild, and then drew one and said, "Yeah, sure, I'll play a freebie." And this might force their second wild out. I'm 007. I'm probably gonna try to stack +6.
Green.
Get away with it. No wild punch to shoot back. 007 on Uno.
I mean, this just shows you how quickly things can change. We thought Kim was on top, but E-double coming in with utilizing these wilds to their advantage. I mean, that's what it was. And we knew he had a green. So, in fact, he played it just right with the right timing, keeping his eye on the clock as well.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I thought these wild punts were going to be so influential, but it's just they aren't able to be held onto for too long because you got to use your wilds. At some point, they're going to keep drawing cards, so they play them. However, on the other side, E007 holding onto the wild, playing patient, and then drew one and said, yes, please, I'll take that and another. Grabs the victory because no one can do anything about it. We got 2 games down, 2 different winners, pal. Anybody's ball game. I'm looking at Kim again, though, to try to get their first one.
Look at Ryan's card. I mean, he's pretty stacked, too, and I feel like everyone's got a wild card here to play with just in case. But Kim coming out with the stacking. Everybody coming in. Mike, unfortunately, has to pay for it. But here we go. We're changing it back to red.
Everybody's okay with red besides Mike.
Didn't burn that wild. Didn't burn it.
Yeah, hold on to it. If you can hold on to these 2+4 wilds, you're just about got it in the bag. Now, you're going to use one here to get it to green, so hopefully going to Uno.
Oh my goodness. All right, with that +4. All right, Mike, taking the time to change it back to yellow.
I like this yellow play. Could force the second +4. No, Kim's going to draw. Smart play and gets it. So as we reverse back, this could be huge. Oh, no. Goes to green and reverses back again. Now, this is best case scenario for Kim.
Here we go. Look at Ryan.
This is going to be a massive stack coming back to Mike. This is brutal.
Oh, no. Mike.
Uno.
I think we're drawing... did I see 14 potentially for Mike? This is where, pal, you want that wild punch so bad.
So bad. But the stacking is not going in his favor. Unfortunately, has to pick up those +14 cards. But here we go with Ryan still coming up. Is able to get that Uno. Kim drawing. Yellowstone play. The +2.
Yeah, strong. Nice draw again from Kim. Kim and Ryan kind of staying in the lead here. But E007, watch out. They like to play this. They're down to 2 cards as well. Blue's a strong play because they have 1, and only Mike has a blue in their hand. So this could go well for E007 to take the lead. Now, pal, we're into the final minute, so you can see point totals. Now you know that Ryan and 007 have action cards. and 007 burns it.
As we see these cards, I mean, there is 45 seconds on the clock over here. E-double here, picking up, is able to discard these cards. Mike might try to make the moves. Ryan also discarding.
Huge. 007 goes down to Uno. They all know 007 has an action card, though. Skipping Ryan is massive. 007 with a chance, needs a massive draw. Poised to win if it goes to green or stays green. Here we go. We've got to play the discard all because of points. Kim goes to Uno, but they're not going to know. E007 has the discard all. Pal, that right there is Community Cup. Very well done.
That was such a fun game. Totally unexpected, totally collected, and I did not expect that.
E007, flawless execution, a nice lucky draw at the top deck to grab that discard all. Poison ready to win. Fantastic. It's fun to get into the mind of these players. If you're watching from home, of course, we can see all of the cards. They cannot. So they're having to make predictions. And so far, everybody's been playing a really strong game. It's just been some unlucky circumstances, specifically for Mike. Feel bad. Mike's drawing like 20 cards and can't catch a little bit of that top deck luck, but maybe this time it'll turn around. Holy cow, look at Kim.
Whoa, Kim coming in hot with all those plus wild cards. I mean, this, in fact, if it doesn't go in her favor, it's going to be some monumental mistakes. So I honestly feel she's just got to play it cool. Because when you have these cards over here, with that discard all.
Wait, it's over. It's literally over already. Kim feeling fantastic. Ryan at the discard all and the wild punch. It didn't matter what Kim had. Ryan with the perfect hand in Uno Mobile grabs a victory in a mere 10 seconds. That was unreal.
I need my shades. That was just blinding. I don't even know what to say anymore. I thought Kim had it. Kim, what happened?
That might be the first time we've ever seen a player lose a hand in Uno Mobile when you start with 3+4 wilds. And it's just because they didn't have time. Even if they played one of their +4 wilds, the wild punch sends it right back and a victory still goes to Ryan. So this is nuts. Well, all right, let's lock it in. Now, Kim's had great starts. This one not as strong. Kim has yet to find a win, and this is technically point. This is match point for E007. Now that Ryan and Mike are on the board, E007 just has to get to 3.
I mean, what I loved about that is that we blinked and the game was over. So you just never know what could happen. I love that we're moving forward here. We got red. We got that wild punch going through.
We have really yet to see it utilized to maximum efficiency to send those draw cards back where they came from.
Exactly.
But that's just kind of luck of the draw. Now we'll see what Mike does here. He's going to burn one of those +4 wilds. Now, it actually works out for Mike this time that Ryan doesn't have one, or would have stacked all the way back around, and both of them would have been burned. So we'll see.
We can see some serious stacking situations that's about to happen right now.
That's right. There's a +4 going down to Kim.
Back to red. I mean, clearly everyone's got red. Kim might have to draw here.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to go Ryan. Ryan doesn't have something to stack. Goes to yellow, and it's +12 to Ryan. Kim feels good about yellow for now. Problem is, everybody's going to be out of yellow here in a second.
Decides to draw. Smart move.
Wow. Ryan's not taking any chances. Once blue, doesn't think anybody has blue. And for the most part, they're right. But reversing right back and reversing right back. We're back on red. All of a sudden, 007 in a pretty dangerous position.
All right. Well, here's the time to utilize these cards. Him with that draw at 7. Ooh, keeps it at red.
That's smart. Oh, nice. That's a huge
so
draw.
So lucky.
I think 007 might win there if nobody changed it off of red.
Nice discard.
Yeah, Ryan's back into it. You can see the point total across the board. They know Kim has low value cards. So they want to play some higher value cards to make sure she can't change the color. 007, technically fewest cards.
Ryan's got the wild punch, though.
That's right. That's right. If it does stack here in a moment, if it does end up stacking, we only have 37 seconds left. Could punch back. But now Ryan's in the position to actually make a play here, but it has to get it to green. It has to get it to green now.
I mean, he has 30 seconds. This is the time to do it.
What a draw! Kim out of nowhere. Has all greens, doesn't play. There's a discard all on the pile, draws a discard all, and there goes all of Kim's cards. Kim is on the board. That means everyone's on the board. Everybody in Group A now has a win.
I love to see it. I mean, I think everyone's getting very motivated now that the games have kind of warmed up. The nerves are, dissipated, but I'm excited to see what happens next now that everyone's on the board.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to watch out for because, again, if players are tied in overall wins, when the first player reaches 3 wins, then it comes down to total score. So you'll see that down at the bottom of our screen here in a second when it pops up. This is still match point. E007 could put it away right here and move on. And it looks like, according to our tiebreaker rules, unofficially Ryan in the lead, by the way, with 274 points from their win, should E007 win here. But
Ooh,
Ryan's not
burning
taking
that
any risks.
clock, as you can see, changing it to green.
Draw 4.
Mine green. Everybody's got at least one. Tim's gonna wait and hold on to that skip. Now we've got some stacking, and it's gonna go.
The stacking over
it's
here.
going all the way around, and guess who's taking it? It's Mike.
My God, Mike, no!
Over and over again,
Okay.
Mike. Over and over
I'm
again.
gonna play the red. I like that Kim did that. Didn't burn that wild card just yet, just in case.
Discard alls will follow. Mike's gonna have one certainly after drawing 10 cards. Does go for the skip here.
All right, Mike. What are we changing this to?
Green.
Back to green. Okay.
Right, not bad. Nice draw from Kim. Poised
Very
to
nice
be able
draw.
to be able to win without saying Uno. It's certainly possible. Gotta get it to blue, and you don't really want to burn your own wild for it.
Yellow.
Then you might kind of give your hand away, but who knows? Reverse psychology, we'll see. Yellow is the play. What do we do? We're saying blue.
All right.
Question is, can
Making
anybody
that
change
play.
Green.
it? Wow. Ryan's not taking any chances.
Ryan is not. Yeah, he is definitely motivated to discard those cards. But it's back to blue.
Wow.
He's
I
changing
like
it back
this.
to green. Okay.
Kim could have played a blue, didn't play it, didn't give away their hand, plays the discard all. Kim, yet again, with another win on a discard all. Kim is playing really smart Uno Mobile right now, and it's paying off in the latter half of Group A. Out of nowhere, had 0 wins, now at 2, tied for the lead in wins. They can win one more. Kim will be moving on to the next round, and E007 will be moving on to the next round.
I'm excited to see if this is where it separates between the people who are gonna if this is gonna motivate them or if this is gonna discourage them. Because I feel like in a game like this, with a match point, the nerves are pretty high. There's a lot to lose and there's a lot to gain.
That's exactly right. Kim has probably the strongest deck right now. Mike looking strong as well with 3. 2+4 wilds. Always the question is, when do you burn them?
Yellow.
There's always that lingering possibility. Wild punches in play, but we burn one now. I don't mind it. Gonna force 007 to burn theirs as well.
I mean, here comes the stacking,
Draw a
changes
card.
it back to blue. +8 for Mike.
Green.
Back to green. Oh, picks up the card, doesn't burn it, doesn't burn her +4.
Nice discard all.
Skip.
Gonna skip
Oof.
Kim. That's a win.
That's a
Draw
really
2.
good skip.
Okay. Could add to it. Now,
Oh,
he
look
doesn't
at Ryan.
I know. Kim
Draw
doesn't have to
4.
burn the +4 wild, which is huge. Forces 007 to draw instead with stack, but Ryan's still in the best position and still in a position to go to Uno. A great draw. Where do you go? You go blue, and
Oh,
you don't
it's
know. This might
blue.
give Ryan the win.
Skip.
Mike's not taking chances. We're
Oh,
skipping.
He skipped him. All right, we're moving
Red.
back to red.
Strong. That was so close. Ryan could have taken it there.
He
Up to
could
2
have.
wins. We go yellow
Draw a
+8
card.
on Mike. Mike has just been in trouble this entire time. Nice draw from Ryan
Oh.
to stay in the lead.
Oh,
We're gonna go ahead and play it. Kim's not taking any risks. There's only a minute 20 left. You'd like to hold on to those sometimes, but you want to make sure Ryan doesn't get the color they want. And Kim wants red. No,
Blue.
Mike,
Oh.
Mike, what are we doing? We're going blue.
wow.
Oh no, Ryan wins
Wow.
the victory.
Ryan with the win.
I think Mike was thinking maybe some reverse psychology or missed the cue. I don't know what happened, but of course we can see the cards, so it might seem obvious to us. These players, they've battled their way here. A tough move from Mike means Ryan's grabbing another victory, tying the other 2 players at the top. Now we have 3 players at 2 wins. It's first to 3 wins to move on, pal. We're almost there.
I mean, I feel the pressure has been building, and I mean, that was such a great move. But this is it, they need to make decisions, and I love that the
Draw
clock,
2.
I mean, that was a like some of our games, they've been so different. So I love that everyone's kind of, really watching the clock with this group over here.
A clock can be your friend. It can also be your enemy. See which of those it'll be in this round, if at all, will be a factor. Right now, Ryan is leading in the tiebreaker with 514 points after 2 wins. Those points only matter if there is a tie. So Ryan can put it away right here, and it'll go down to the next 2. It's anybody's ball game. Mike, the only player without 2 wins. The only way this group is not done after this game, pal, is if Mike wins. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, these cards are moving really, really fast. Mike over here.
Going for it.
With that Uno, changes it to red.
Don't mind it.
Ooh, okay.
That is a crazy draw from E007. Tons of reds.
All right. Him here with the advantage. With 0 points.
If Mike is smart, he can challenge this, and it's a smart challenge.
And he got it too.
It's not over. A nice top deck draw. Ties it up, but it doesn't. No. Kim on the far side, out of nowhere, throws down the blue. Mike was so comfortable with that top deck draw. Said, yeah, I'm back at Uno. I got the strong challenge. It worked for me, but changing it to blue meant, Kim grabs the win, and nobody was even paying attention. Kim, congratulations. Moving on to the next round, and we're going to tally up those points and make sure they're all good to go to see who the other player will be joining Kim is, because we do have a 2-way tie for the second highest amount of wins, which is, of course, 2. So it comes down to total score. And pal, what that means for those at home that maybe didn't listen in or didn't know or haven't seen this before is those score is based around how well or how badly you win against your competitors, right? So if you win and there's a ton of other cards out there, all of those points of those cards all get added up, and that's your score per game. So that's how we determine the tiebreakers. Only comes into play if there's 2 players with the same amount of wins. Let's take a look back on the gameplay from Group A, because it was a stellar round of Uno, and wins across the board. It could have been anybody's ball game, but Kim takes it all.
I love that it like ping pong back and forth with everyone. Everyone got, on the board eventually, but it was Kim who's coming with these power plays over here, very strategic plays, not being phased at all by other people also getting points on the board. And what I love too is that she came out on the last round with 0 points right there. She came in with that last blue 0. So getting all these cards, discarding these cards at a proper time is really going to be key, because as we're mentioning, we have teams here that tied up, and points are going to be the deciding factor of moving on.
Yeah, those discard alls, back-to-back discard all wins. This was a key moment in the group stage to set Kim up for success. And then Ryan snuck a win in there before Kim did, which actually I think is going to secure Ryan a spot to the finale. But here's that moment.
I loved that challenge. I loved that. So
flawless, good. Flawless execution, but the blue means that Kim can walk their way to the finale. Kim with 3 wins is moving on, but it's Ryan winning the tiebreaker, and it was a bit closer than I thought. Ryan versus E007, both with 2 wins. Came down to total score. Ryan had 514 on that total score. So a big victory from Ryan, and congratulations to Kim and Ryan moving on to the semi-finals. Let's take a look at that bracket, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You can see Kim in the semis A. Ryan's going to be down there in semis B. So we'll see who's going to be joining them. What a fun Group A. But, pal, we got to turn our sights to Group B.
I mean, I'm excited that the Group A was able to set the tone. But now it's Group B's turn. We got some new fresh meat coming into this play. I'm excited to see who, in fact, some of the returners, will they come back strategic now that they've watched that first Group A go through with some of these plays? I feel like as the first group, you're kind of going to have a little bit of nerves, for the first time. Some of these people, whether they're coming back or this is their first time competing, it does kind of, raise the blood pressure just a little bit. So let's see if Group B has what it takes.
Yeah, let's bring him in. Let's get this game started. MQ is back to try to prove himself yet again. One in May is back here in August to see if they can do it back-to-back. But look at Air Jordan. I love this profile pic. back as well. Jordan trying to continue to prove how strong of a player he is. He did an incredible job in the last finale he was a part of. Just couldn't quite seal the deal in the final moments to make November. But MQ did. You can see even the banner. You can see it down below. He got first in May. You see the icon down below his profile picture showing it off. These other players, you better be scared of me. And all players have been pretty strong. Air Jordan probably the strongest just by a little.
I love when people put like a real photo, like they're playing for something, you know, they're not intimidated here, you know. I love the emoji photos too. They're really, really cute, but I like it when it's a real photo.
Wow, that was our first wild punch thrown down by Petty. That punch comes through, it reverses the flow of play, made Air Jordan draw, and now we're stacking for days. I love it.
Blue.
Yeah, I feel like the first group didn't really utilize the wild punch, but I have a feeling this group might. We might finally see it utilized. But yeah, unfortunately, Petty has to draw so many cards right now. But it's not over. We still got a minute 45 on the clock here.
Yeah, it's brutal. Wild punch so strong, but of course, when you can stack, those cards continue to move around and around. Jordan had to draw, then added to it, went all the way around. Petty had to draw a ton of cards, but as we continue to throw these down, we know, pal, we've seen this 1,000 times. Discard alls can bring you back into the game. It looks like Air Jordan just drew one there, but likely Petty, if they can get at least one, maybe two in the next couple draws, right back into the mix as well.
Ooh, there you go. Just perfect example over here. With that reverse, getting back on Air Jordan, decides to use his wild +4, change it back to green. Fortunately, gets some cards over here, but with that reversed.
Uno.
Petty's not been able to play, but Jordan going to Uno here is huge. Gonna force Twilla to try to do something. Now, going to red is crazy, because that's exactly what Air Jordan needed. They don't know it. Petty's likely just gonna play here. Maybe goes wild again and goes to red with it. Petty's throwing down crazy stuff, and Air Jordan walks through the victory.
I love the emotes too, the taunting emotes, but it doesn't matter because Air Jordan takes that first victory.
Air Jordan did fantastic again the last time they were here, and they're doing fantastic now. Big victory from Air Jordan because of the discard alls and holding on to some of those wilds till the end. It was huge to get down to Uno. Once they had it, had the red, and other players played right into their hand. There's a lot of reverse psychology. There's a lot of reading your opponents.
Reverses. Yes, I was just about to bring that up. I love how we've been utilizing a lot of the reverses this time, kind of to play what you said, the psychology on each other, kind of putting the pressure on one another this time.
And a lot of wilds on the board.
Red.
Willow looking the best by a small margin.
Ooh. In a challenge?
Wow. Jordan goes for the challenge and misses, which means Jordan will be drawing 6. Continuing flow. Jordan's probably not too worried about that. Unfortunately, doesn't grab a discard all, which is probably what they were hoping for.
Back to blue. Philip being able to use that 4, changing it back to green. Back to blue from Petty. Lots of 4s going on here.
No.
Oh!
Twilla's with a free and easy victory.
Wow.
Unless something crazy happens, Twilla's going to be taking it right here. And it's going to be a massive victory. Watch this. MQ's going to stack for a +8. Twilla's going to stack for a +12 and win. Bomb's going out. Air Jordan has to draw 12. This victory is ginormous here from Twilla. That's a fantastic one to add to your resume. Score doesn't matter unless there's a tiebreaker, but they're hedging their bets just in case.
I gotta say, I love the taunts. I love the taunts, you know?
Yeah.
This is kind of, like friendly competitive, but also, you're kind of trying to get in the mind of your competitor. And I feel like this is going to be a very spicy matchup. Group B is officially the spiciest right now. I don't know if anyone else will be spicy throughout the event, but Group B's got, they're spicy.
Yeah, no. They're playing strong. They're playing hard. They're throwing their wild cards out early. The other group was kind of slowing it pace down. We're already stacking cards, and we're going to be seeing, I think it's a plus. Yeah, plus
oh
16.
My goodness, this stack.
This is going to be a plus 16 to Petty already. We just got started in this next game.
Petty.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Petty. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's a tough start. If you can grab some discard alls on a couple different colors, they're gonna be okay.
Okay, I saw one. He has one.
Wild Punch in there as well, but that's still a tough hand.
Oh, and of course they're going to skip him. They're going to skip him.
In the meantime, we're down to 2 players with 3 cards, make it 2 cards here for Air Jordan. I might just be running out of time for the other players. Wild here could change it up, but Air Jordan could go to Uno if they want to.
Back to blue here. Throwing the bombs over here already, Air Jordan. It's got that reverse.
Does Petty play the Wild Punch?
Red.
Yeah, Petty plays the Wild Punch, turning the flow of the tide. Air Jordan has to draw instead. Jordan's going to look back on that one and not like to see it, especially because Twilla's going to go down to Uno.
All right, well, Twilla's got that Uno situation here. We got a reverse.
Oh, do you change it?
Oh,
MQ. No, MQ. I love it. You gotta think of the minds of these players. MQ's thinking, Twilla's got a red. I gotta change it. And unfortunately, MQ throws down the color that Twilla has. A blue means Twilla goes up to 2 victories. May not even need that tiebreaker score. Might just walk their way to 3 victories quick and easy here in the early rounds of Group B. Very well done.
Very well done. I feel like now that he's on the board with 2 points, you know, the rest of the contestants and the contenders really have to pick up the pace because, you know what, Twilla's just going to be walking away just with this victory like nothing.
That's exactly right.
Woo.
We'll see. Air Jordan looking pretty good here. 2+4 wilds. But again, Air Jordan's been struggling against the Wild Punches. It's happened twice now against them. So could happen again. No one has one currently. We'll see.
Ooh, Twilla really burning that time. Changes it back to blue.
Green.
Air Jordan, change it back to green. Stacking. Draws the 4.
Reverse.
MQ does a great reverse over here. Forced to do the +2.
Green.
Oh!
Okay. Plays
Changes
another
it.
one.
Another stack. Bombs Petty. Twilla gets punished for it.
This is what's crazy, pal. Air Jordan is not holding on to wilds at all. When he gets one, he's using it. And so far, it's paying off for the most part. Down to Uno already. A couple +2s across the board could change it up if it doesn't change off yellow.
What
But
is he? Okay.
yeah, smart move.
Draws that 2.
Reverse.
With that reverse, but has that 7. You know, I'm surprised he did not reverse it.
Yeah.
Decides to
No
go for the
yellows.
skip. Oh, there it is.
Smart play from Petty. You know Air Jordan doesn't have a yellow. Reverse it back in. Stay yellow.
Oh, look at this.
Does have a blue, though. Comes, MQ's now joining the party. Everybody's pretty close. Jordan's probably okay with that because they don't have it. Oh, this is a huge change for Air Jordan and Petty. Look out. Greens is going to put both of them to Uno.
Lots of Uno situations here that could happen.
Yellow.
Strong yellow play for MQ. This one's going to pay off for him if it doesn't change.
Oh, what color?
Red.
He's going to red.
Oh, no.
Air Jordan over here in this situation.
Just gave it to Petty. Red was not the color of choice. Petty joins the players at the top. The only player that is winless right now is MQ. Everybody has at least one. And of course, it's still match point for Twilla. But Petty, congratulations, joining the players near the top. Currently tied for second place. 1 win under your belt.
I mean, I feel like everyone that gets a point, it feels good. But, you know, it's still anybody's game. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Kim, right? Like, drop 3 wins in the last 4 rounds and scrambled all the way to the top from being in last in their group. So anything can happen. But if I'm MQ, anything is hopefully going my way. I have 4 cards and 3 of them are wilds.
I think MQ right here just needs to focus up on what everyone is placing over here. He's got these cards to burn. How is he going to utilize them to his advantage? Uses it to change it to green. Twilla
I like
decides
green.
to pick up a card.
Blue.
Back to blue.
Jordan has to look.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan's got to discard all.
In a challenge?
Somebody's
Yellow.
trying to get it to stay to blue, but yellow just means
with
that
that
MQ's got to burn the +4. It's going to be plus
Red.
12 to Twilla and going red.
Draw cards.
Wow.
All right. 12 cards to pick up here.
Oh,
Air Jordan
goodness.
with that green.
Uno.
Uh-oh.
So here we go. MQ can get on the board.
Uno.
Oh, that
He can
was
stay consistent.
almost
Oh, Air
detrimental.
Jordan with 1 card left.
Reverse.
it's still somehow not over. All it has to do is get to MQ. The reverse, though, changed the flow of play. Now Twila doesn't throw down the +4, doesn't throw down a +2, doesn't play anything that could stop MQ. MQ with the wild grabs the victory. Everyone on the board.
Nicely played. Now everyone is on the board. Everyone feels good. I'm sure that was a lot of relief for MQ.
Yeah, there was a lot that could have gone right for MQ there, and most of it didn't happen. There was a chance for anybody else to win. Specifically, Air Jordan was 1 card away from winning, of course, on Uno. But if they didn't draw that discard all that was green, if they drew any other color, specifically blue, any other card they could have played at the time, blue, Jordan wins that, which is crazy considering the start that MQ had. MQ did sleep in or squeak in that win, though, and Air Jordan already on 2 cards left.
Air Jordan definitely making the decision over here. Card changing back to yellow puts him in a position to use that wild card back to red.
Uno for Twila.
Oh, Twila!
We know that Twila has no more red, and we go blue. We're handing Twila a win. If no one can draw a card, we handed Twila the win. Petty grabs the skip, Twila grabs the win, and Twila grabs the victory in that group stage. An incredible victory nonetheless, but a nice lucky draw there for Petty, for Twila. To be sincere, that skip gave Twila the victory. It has been this Group B is the story of using wilds and giving players exactly what they needed.
I told you they were spicy, man. They did not want to hold back. And clearly we did see some wild punches, but it was the reversing, it was the stacking that we love to see. Kind of keeps things, in a crazy situation. Everyone still needed to get on the board. MQ finally made it, but it wasn't enough because Twila was just dominating each round, got a little lucky, but also was able to utilize the cards and the wilds to his advantage.
Yeah, let's take a look at these replays. And again, there's one of those wild situations that we handed Air Jordan a victory. The question is who's going to be joining Twila at the top, because again, it was a tiebreaker between the other 3 players on score. So you'll see everybody grab a victory
here. I love
here.
Petty when he said, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes it is unbelievable, especially when you're drawing 16 cards.
Yeah.
Wild. But of the wilds, there's that wild punch in action. Jordan went to Uno, and nope, instead you're drawing 4.
Yeah, we did get to see a lot of the stacking and reversing and just got great, smart plays from one another. But I'm excited to see what the points look like. I feel like it's going to be maybe close.
We're seeing everyone grab their victories. Here comes that final victory for Twila. Petty played the skip and tried to prevent one player from winning and gave the win to the other player. A huge victory for Twila, but by 4 points. Air Jordan, your time has finished. You're not able to enact revenge into the finale. We will not be seeing you in the semifinals. 4 points. Pal, that is ridiculous. 4 points separated MQ and Air Jordan and their victories.
I tried a math and I didn't realize how close that was, but my goodness, the disappointment, that's I don't know, that's gut wrenching for me when it's that close.
It's hurting I heard for the other 2 players in that group, but in particular, I'm looking at MQ saying, hey, you squeaked in. You've already won in May, and you're back here in the semifinals. Let's take a look. Semis A now. It's going to be Kim. We saw in Group A, and MQ is joining them up in semis. And then it's Twila joining Ryan down in semis B. That was a fun Group B, and I'm excited to see what Group C is able to do. Let's take a look at them, see who's going to be joining for semifinals A and semifinals B with our new rule. Remember, by the way, we're going to respin that wheel when we get to semifinals. We're sticking with Wild Punch all the way through Group C and then D. But look at these names. Any predictions here, pal? Some fun names. Reppin' Cities.
Goodness.
We got Ace. We got Via Four Eyes. I mean, there's a lot of different names here. I like it.
There's a spectrum of different situations, from the Force to to Memphis.
Sure.
Ace, what will help you? I don't know. And, in fact, are you paying attention to the rest of the plays that the contestants are doing? Because I'd be learning. I'm taking notes. And you also should be taking notes if you're watching in the chat, because you too could be joining. Your name could be up there with some of these contenders.
That's exactly right. We've got another finals next month. We'll talk more about that later. Group C is here. Wild punches. We saw more of them in the last round. Will we see even more in this round? Will they be as influential as I was touting them to be? I said they were the most influential card in the game. I still stand by that. We just haven't seen them in action as much. Discard all is probably at the top of the list here in the Community Cup. Let's take a look at it. Memphis with a very strong start. You can see a +2, a reverse, and 2 +4s to start. We're already burning a via 4-eye.
Ooh, I mean, the
card.
stacking over here, I feel like a lot of the stacking situations can really be game changers over here. But this is just the beginning of the game over here. And I love to see the reverses. We've been seeing a lot more reverses. I feel like it really changes the momentum of the timing and, you know, kind of putting the pressure on the teammate that you have. But we got skips going all over the place. Back to green, back to 9. Keeping it at red over here.
This is good for Memphis in particular because they have 2 +4 wild. So we're going to start off one for OB1. Memphis will be able to stack. Via's driving 8, which isn't awful, but not great when you've got 2 minutes left in the game. And a couple people are on 3 cards apiece. Now we're going to skate through. And a nice draw from OB1 means it goes to yellow. And unfortunately, that means Via 4-eyes drawing 2 more.
Yeah, 4-eyes over here with plenty of cards, but here you see the discards all. Ace still moving forward
so
with.
lucky.
Oh my
lucky.
goodness. Memphis could, I mean, just needs to play it just nice and easy there.
Yeah, nothing you can really do. Not
Nice
cards
and
on the
easy.
table. Now, OB1's not going to give away any points for taking second here, but Memphis grabbing the first win in Group C, holding on to that +4 wild, a true and tried strategy, and it oftentimes, nearly every time, will work in your favor. Memphis able to do just that. Congratulations on the first win of Group C, but we're just getting started.
I love that Obi took a second to think about what card he was gonna discard because it was like, I'm not putting any points over here. So also keep in mind these points are a deciding factor as we saw on the last group. I mean, minimal points over here, you know?
Yeah. 4 points is 1 card. It's a 4. That's all it takes.
I mean, it's
sometimes.
just, it could be a close one. So keep in mind of your numbers here. Lots of stacking.
All right. Well, let's look at our wilds to start. Memphis is aggressively this time not holding on to one. Going to burn it early because, well, it's going to be a stack for a +10 on Via 4-eyes. Again, so a tough draw there for Via, but Ace now sitting in the exact same position Memphis was earlier. 2 +4 wilds just hanging out.
I mean, there's lots of cards here Via 4-eyes is working with. Could utilize some of these stacking over here. But Memphis over here discards all left
Already.
with 1 yellow, a 3 yellow.
I like this green play. Is going to burn the +4 wild to go. Oh, wait, no, I don't like the green play. It was already on green. We're just giving away a free challenge, Ace. What are we doing? Could have just skipped the Memphis, but no. I think it was just a lapse and wasn't thinking that it was the same color. Albion was like, wait a minute. You've got to have a green, right? You've got a lot of cards, and they were exactly right. We'll see.
Here comes the +2, is able to draw. Definitely know that he does not, Memphis does not have a red.
Yeah, we like to keep it to red if we know that Memphis doesn't have one.
That reverse, though, back to Ace. Oh, but he's got plenty of yellow.
Ace is throwing down. Definitely has the yellow. Discard alls. Ace might just follow in kind. It's too enticing. We're just giving away a victory because of it. No one changed the color. Sometimes the discard alls will give you the victory, and sometimes they're your ultimate demise because they're just too attractive not to play. It's exactly what happened. Memphis 2 up, 2 down. Only needs 1 more, could sweep this group.
I mean, I did not expect to go. I mean, it's going a lot faster than what I expected.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Memphis was kind of handed that victory there, and I didn't know that necessarily Memphis had 2 yellow cards, maybe just 1, but we'll see. I don't know. Memphis looking really strong. And I got to say, thanks for representing Memphis. If that truly is where you're from, I'm from the great state of Tennessee as well. So I hear you. I respect your Uno Mobile play. Let's see if you can sweep this group. Looking pretty strong yet again.
Gojj, wait, is it the power of Memphis or the power of the unicorn?
Yeah, honestly, fair. It might be the power of the unicorn. We'll see. Something dramatic is going to have to happen, though, because Via 4-eyes is primed and ready to win
But
this
look at OB1. Look at OB1's situation over here. Really bring it back.
Now, we're going to have to play one of these +4 wilds, and they need to happen soon. Obi-Wan can't do anything about it. So here comes the plus. Yeah, we get Obi-Wan down to Uno. They're on wild. They're like, I got this. Oh, wait. Now I'm drawing +12. Back into the gutters we go. see who's able to grab the victory. Via4 Eyes still, again, probably the strongest position if it can get back to red.
Draw cards.
Oh, rough situation with all the pickups, but could have some discards all there.
Wow, burns it. Now Memphis is going to have to draw.
Via4 Eyes, is he going to challenge? Oh,
yeah, goes for the challenge. I don't mind the challenge there. It's a tough call. It's kind of 50-50 whether or not they might have that color, but Memphis now up to 6 means we're in trouble. But a blue, no problem, unless we draw a discard all. Back on it again. Now, we all know Via4 Eyes doesn't have blues anymore because you saw the discard all go down. But we do have discard alls. No one else changing it. Discard alls. Again, that can be your enemy. This time, your friend. Via4 Eyes, congratulations on your victory. Memphis is not going to sweep this group. Somebody else will grab a victory. And now we've got an opportunity to just walk into the semifinals. If Memphis grabs the win, it's over. And we've got our 2 winners. If somebody else grabs a win, we're back into a tiebreaker situation.
I love how patient Via4 Eyes was with that whole situation. Even though we had a lot of wilds there, they just kind of played it smart, decided to, hope that things would stay red and indeed go in that favor. But look at everybody's cards. Everybody's pretty stacked here with discards and some +4s and wilds. Keeping it here with green, changing it back to blue.
I'm scared about that blue for Memphis. I mean,
Memphis.
Okay, that's huge because Memphis was about to go down to 3 cards and 2 of them were +4 wilds. Now still in a position to take this here really quickly. If it does go to blue, this might start a stack, and Memphis smartly not burning the wild, just burning the +2s. They all go around. Obi-Wan now with a +8. Uh-oh, Memphis. This might be over. This might be over.
4 Eyes too.
It's not going to matter. We got a +4 wild. Memphis throws it down. 4 Eyes has to draw. Memphis still has a +4 wild. Ace is going to have at least 1 card as well, but this is brutal, and I don't mind the challenge there. You have to try. Wait, it's not over. 4 Eyes had to draw a wild punch, and they have it. They're going to play this wild punch. This is about to be chaos.
Oh, my goodness. Here comes that +4.
Thinking they win. Will they win? Oh, wait. Is it over?
That's over.
Oh,
yeah.
wait. You can play it.
Yes. He
That's
had that wild. Yeah, but I think that wild punch is just so distracting because we can see it. It was not enough, though. It just was not enough. Memphis moving on.
I got so scared. I was like, there's nothing that could stop them, but a wild punch could stop them. If it's the last card, the +4 wild technically goes down, which means you've won, so you can't punch back the final card, if that makes sense. So it got me a little scared for Memphis, but Memphis almost sweeps this victory. Congratulations, Memphis. Moving on to the semifinals, ran through Group C, did a fantastic job, and of course, going to be joined by one other player that got at least 1 victory under their belt. That's all they needed. So excited to see what those players are able to do in the semifinals, but let's take a look back on Memphis's dynamic run through this Group C.
I mean, talk about dynamic plays and also the power of the unicorn and all the momentum, just bringing them forward to all these great plays that we saw throughout this group. And what I love too is the composure, right? Because even though they were put in situations, they were still able to keep all that composure and remain victorious.
Yellow.
Well, here comes those +4 wilds. They were used liberally. Everybody was throwing the wilds down as much as they could, but specifically thwarting any of those stack advances. But the discard alls yet again were so dynamic, and Via4 Eyes making it to the semifinals with their 1 victory. There's that final moment of the +4 draw. Via4 Eyes was fine with that victory. Didn't even need to play it because it meant, hey, Via4 Eyes, you're moving on as well. So might as well give the JC in Memphis the victory there, because you'll both move on to the finale. So there you go. Ace Obi-Wan did not grab a victory, which means Memphis and 4 Eyes moving on to the next round.
Well, still, you gotta give yourself a pat on the back because it was a lot. I mean, to have these teams moving forward and, going through the semifinals, we have these teams. We got on the semis B, we got Twilla, Ryan, and 4 Eyes, and on the semis A, you see Kim and Memphis. MQ. So the really exciting groups here on the change-ups of the semifinals, but we still have Group D that needs to go forward.
Here we go. Last group, last chance for the wild punch. Look, it can be attractive. It can be distracting. Sometimes it gets me all turned around because I got so excited to see it in play. But of course, you can't use it on the last card. You got to use it beforehand. One of the most dynamic cards in the game. Will Group D use it correctly? Who knows? Uno Monster returning back to the grand finale, and we'll see if maybe that experience will pay off for Group D here, pal, because did pretty strong, but I gotta remind everybody at home, hey, guess what? You've been watching for a little while. I know. I hear you in the chat. I see you. Our giveaway is coming soon. Stay tuned. After this next quarterfinals match, we will be sending another giveaway your way so you can redeem some rewards. Wild Punch, last chance to see it in action, unless, of course, we spin it again. Certainly possible. Let's see what Group D is able to do, pal. This is the last one of our qualifiers. Then we're going to be into the semis.
I mean, I don't want to do any caster cursing here, but I know that these teams now have been eyeballing each other's plays. But here we go, our last group getting started, kind of feeling each other out here to see if, in fact, you know, are they going to take some of the mental notes from the last contenders? But I feel like this might be an opportunity where we might see a wild punch go through. I feel like we haven't seen it utilized to its advantage. So I'm ready to see something go down with this final group.
All right, here we go. Certainly luck needs to be on your side, but some skill about reading the other players. We'll see. Got some wilds across the board. Everybody has 1+4 wild, and that's just about it. A couple discard alls as well. It's being played. There's the +2 going through, and this could start the crazy stack, and it will. Everyone's gonna follow in kind. This will be the biggest stack of the day, and unfortunately, it's gonna go to Uno Monster. It's gonna be a +18, and it's just brutal to watch.
I love that Freckles emoted right there. Knew exactly what was going on. Rosella going in, though, with that +14.
There it is.
Has to keep stacking over here.
Salute Uno Monster. We'll see you later. If you don't get some discard alls for every color, we're going to be in trouble. And just ridiculous amount of cards. Did see a couple discard alls. Anything can happen. Uno Monster, a storied player, has been here before. We'll see what happens. But as discard alls being played, they're trying to make Uno Monster draw more cards. You kidding me? Let's stack it around. Rosella's going to draw 6.
All right, lots of stacking here.
Draw cards.
All right. The power of the stacking. All right, here we go.
Chris already on Uno. Where do we go from here? Could skip, could
Ooh,
discard all.
the thinking.
There's just so many
Burning
options.
that clock, though.
Okay, this is not a bad play. Would give Chris the win if there wasn't a skip. So skip being played. Can we skip again? Absolutely. Why not? How about a third time? Sure.
50 seconds on the clock. There goes that discard all that you love to see.
Uno.
And Uno as well. Right, clock might come into play if we don't get some lucky draws.
40
Chris back
seconds.
to Uno. Do we go red? I don't mind it. No, we go blue. Oh, we don't know. Uno Monster, just a tough call. Might thought Freckles had a red, but unfortunately, they had a blue. Yet again, just a misread of their opponent, and it was a 50-50. Did it pay off? Congratulations, Freckles grabbing the first victory of the day. Uno Monster, they might have saved some points there for Freckles by playing that massive discard all, but still a tough round for drawing +18.
I mean, that was the biggest draw of the day, so can't get quite discouraged. You know, that was our first round, so there's still plenty of opportunity to get your, you know, win on the board.
Yeah, and sometimes it only takes one. We saw that in Group C, right? All it took for Via 4 Eyes to move on was just one win. But let's look into it. Here we go. Second round, and Rosella looking fairly strong, but everybody's got at least a wild to play with.
Lots of yellows too to work with. I don't think Freckles is going to burn it. Decides to do the reverse. Another reverse back. Ooh. Oh, back to the +2.
This is brutal. Could it start the massive stack? It's so attractive. You just have to do it. Oh, no. Chris doesn't have a +4. I thought we were going to see another like 18 or so, but no. Chris didn't have one. So +6, and we've got a few more +4 wilds. We're going to see another +8. This time going to Uno Monster again.
Freckles. Ooh, decides to put down that red.
Draw cards.
Oh, man. Everyone's just drawing cards left and right here.
Now, Uno Monster did grab a wild punch, but might not get a chance to use it considering the flow of play and considering There's no more drawing cards between Freckles and Chris. Freckles really in desperate need of a red discard all to set them up for success. Yellow is huge for Rosella.
Rosella!
Discard all goes down, skipping through it.
Great skip.
You're gonna
Keep
see.
it yellow.
Yeah, this is huge for Rosella. This is just a free victory if nobody's able to do anything about it, and it doesn't look like they're able to. Change color. Doesn't
Change
matter.
Color. It's not gonna happen.
Discard alls. You're gonna have a couple more less points rather for Rosella. Rosella, free and clear victory. Tried and true strategy, pal. It pays off. Save your +4 wilds. Usually you win.
I love that Rosella just held on to that. It's all the timing. Do you let it go or do you hold on to it for that victory? And it was perfectly executed there for Rosella. And they are moving forward with a point on the board.
There you go. Sometimes all it takes is one, but hey, who knows? Maybe you'll grab 2 or 3 and earn your way to the semifinals. We'll see. 2 players, 2 victories. Still plenty of ball game to be played here in Group D, pal. So far, pretty normal gameplay. Haven't seen any crazy, spicy plays yet. Albeit, of course, some sizable stacks across the board. It's just a matter of who starts the stack. That usually is the dynamic factor.
Or the discard all, as you can see.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, it's all about the timing, but sometimes you have that perfect discard that can put you in a position to get rid of these cards. But Rosella, you know, kind of holding on to these cards. Will she hold on to it this time or actually burn that card to the advantage? But we're moving forward with green. Here's the deciding factor.
Uno Monster.
Changes it to blue. Hold on. Could this skip come forward?
They got a draw +4, so Freckles gonna stack. Uno Monster can't catch a break. Uno Monster yet again drawing +8. I mean, I thought they couldn't catch a break the first 2 rounds. We're in the 3rd round. We're still drawing +8, +8, +18. I mean, good grief. Uno Monster, been here before. These players are relentless.
Yeah, Rosella in a good position over here.
Uno.
Oh, wow.
Utilize this +4 to red.
Nice bluff. I like this bluff from Rosella. Somebody's gonna try to change.
The eggs are going.
Yeah, Freckles is not happy about
I
it.
love the taunts.
All right. What are we gonna see? Do we want to change color? Yeah, Uno Monster's not taking chances. Goes green. Luckily, not the color that Rosella has. Nice top deck draw, though. Thing on Uno.
Reverse.
Dangerous plays.
What a great reverse.
Green. If Freckles plays the 6 here, it is game over. Out of their green cards. Plays the 8 smartly.
Okay. Is it staying green here?
Still on blue. Could go green. Watch out for the blues down below. A 6 is played, which means we can change it to blue. Rosella, gonna do it. Down to Uno, last minute remaining.
With 9 points.
Go. Can anybody do anything about it?
I mean, this is...
Green.
Oh, changes it to green.
Yeah, it's a nice wild punch back, too. So Uno Monster's going to instead draw the cards. Freckles just wants to get rid of the points. Again, wild cards are plus 50 points overall. So you got to get it. Another incredible draw from Rosella. Decides not to play it. I think ran out of time, unfortunately, but is going to hold on to it. And now in trouble. This could actually hurt Rosella at the end.
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened.
25 seconds on the clock.
You don't want to hold on to your action cards in the final moments. They got 20 points. Our skips are 20 points. Now we're going to be able to get rid of it. Got a little lucky there. Rosella down to 9 points. 10 seconds remaining. Nobody can play. Rosella's got to pray for a low draw and gets it. Skips come through, plays the 9. Rosella just secured the victory based on time. Sometimes that timer is your enemy. This time, it was Rosella's friend grabbing their 2nd victory. Congratulations to Rosella. That's 2. Just needs 1 more.
I mean, that was close. That perfectly shows you not only does the clock either come to your advantage, but also discarding the proper card with the points that don't want to go to your disadvantage. And I think it was a little hairy right there, but was able to collect themselves and move forward with that victory. But that was close.
Yeah, it's a fun strategy when you're racing against the clock because we can see the point values, right? So you know who's in first. You've got the gold medal to tell you who's in first. And so when you start thinking about those first, second, you're like, okay, I've got this many points. They have this many points. That means I need to get below their point value to win. And not using that skip earlier almost hurt them. But Rosella snuck out the victory now on match point. And Uno Monster finally getting some luck. 3 wilds. Come on, Uno Monster. We got it. I believe. 3 Wild's going to go ahead and use one now. And luckily, this will be a plus 12 likely to, oh, it's Chris.
Yeah, I love that we get to finally see Uno Monster with some promising cards, but sometimes that might not be enough.
Red.
It's how you play them, using the time. I mean, these rounds have been so different. Over here with that +8 is going to stack. Rosella is going to change it to yellow.
Draw
Chris
card.
over here with the +12. See some discard
Reverse.
Yellow is huge because
cards.
Uno's just going to be able to play their normal cards. This is going to be a pretty okay. Now, it's not going to be an easy walk because now we're going to see a +4 here for Freckles. That'll go to +8. It just means Uno Monster can't hold on to that +4 Wild. They still look really strong, but they're not invincible.
Draw card.
Ooh, that +8 though that Chris has to pick up. Rosella
Blue.
changing it to that blue. Freckles decides to pick up a card. Ooh.
Nice.
Uno
Uno's gonna hold.
Monster.
They're gonna hold on to that Wild. They don't want to give away that they have one yet.
Oh, I love to see it.
Here come the big discard alls. Do we do it now? Yes. Can't hold on any longer.
Yellow.
Goes yellow. Just gonna telegraph what they have. Maybe people will think they're lying, or I don't know.
Change
Blue.
color. Freckles is saying change color.
And they do. It was 0. But he could play on either 2 of these players. 9. Nice
Ooh,
top
they-
deck draw, but wow.
Ooh, Chris over
had-
here. Wait a minute.
Draw
Chris
two.
had so many cards. Discard alls get you back into the game. It might not be enough. We'll see. Another
Uno.
top deck draw from Uno Monster means they're still on Uno. And guess what? Nobody changed the color. That means Rosella's able to play their one. Rosella takes Group D in the Community Cup Finals. Congratulations to Rosella. That's just unlucky gameplay there. You didn't change the number, and it was perfect. That's exactly what Rosella wanted. It's exactly what they needed. Congratulations, Rosella, moving on to the semifinals, and that is officially the end right there of the group stages. We're into the semifinals here, and that means it's likely the end of the Wild Punch unless we spin that wheel again and it lands on it again, pal. Wild Punch, done and dusted. We saw it in action. Maybe not as much as I would have hoped or I wanted, but still a pretty strong card.
I feel like it's a very intimidating card. I know that for some reason, I just feel like people are so comfortable with the discard alls and the reversing and the stacking. I mean, if you could really get to the point where you can, get the stacking down, you could really punish your opponents.
Let's take a look at some of these replays. You saw the Freckles win there, I believe. And so here's Rosella just kind of steamroll the rest of the competition because things went their way. You can see the colors even changing off, but as the Wild Punch finally being played there, saw a moment of it for a +2 just to get it out of their hand. One with the clock there, Rosella. That was a huge victory to set them up. And then right here, final moment. The 1 on the 1 grabs the victory and moves on to the semifinals. Here's the final scores. Freckles also moving on to the semifinals. But again, unfortunately, it's Chris. Uno Monster couldn't get things going. And I got to give a shout out to Uno Monster. Fantastic player. Been here before, but when you're drawing +8, +18 almost every single round, it's tough to grab a win.
It is really tough, but congratulations to everyone participating. This is so much fun. You can also be part of it. Join the Discord. Make sure you're following on socials because, you too can come and learn and maybe your name might be up here because now we're moving on to the semifinals.
Let's take a look at the semifinals here before we do anything else and shout out these names. Semis A is going to be Kim. JC in Memphis. MQ is back and is here in the semifinals, just barely winning that tiebreaker by 4 points. Freckles snuck their way into the semifinals as well down in Semis B. Twyla, fantastic job winning there. Group Rosella, Ryan, and Via 4 Eyes there as well. So a nice spread of talent, a nice spread of different strategies. But here's the fun part. We don't even know what their last rule is going to be. It'll change things up, certainly. Question is, how much? Pal, what a fun group stages. But I got to remind everybody at home that if you want to get involved in these group stages, you want to get involved in these finals, you've got to go download Uno Mobile for free right now in the iOS or Android Google Play Store. Get your hands on this game. It is so fun. I know we got a lot of people in chat that like the grind. They like to play. Drop how many trophies you have. I want to see it. How many trophies do you have in Uno Mobile? Because I know a lot of you at home that are watching, you've been here maybe in the Community Cup Finals, or maybe you're just a grinder at home. How many trophies do you have? I want to see it. Maybe shout it out on the social medias as well and tag Uno Mobile, but you got to follow them. You can tag them on their socials. Go follow them on their socials. Exclamation point socials will pull it up, and you can go down to the link in the description below as well, because we're live on a ton of different platforms and that thriving Discord community that we've been talking about a ton. You've got to get in there. They do Discord competitions. They run live streams aside from the Community Cup as well. Got to get involved in the Discord. You can grab that link in that description and in those social posts. So, pal, a fun quarterfinals. I'm excited to see what semifinals is going to look like. But before we do anything else, I think we've got to engage our audience here a little bit. Audience at home, I've been talking about you. I've been hearing your trophies. It's time to get your typing fingers ready here in just a second, because I've got another trivia question for you before we send you off. I'm about to talk about this. This is a fun one. What is the function of Star Surge? Are you truly an Uno Mobile head like you say you are? Is it A, to get more packs? Is it B, upgrade the card pack from matches? Is it C, get more cards from packs? Or is it D, get free cards? This one, you got to be an Uno Mobile Pro to remember this one. This is a fun one. What is the function of Star Surge? It's not D. Is it A? Is it B? Or is it C? Well, it's not C, so it's A or B. You got a chance. Type in your answers now. Type in A, type in B. Are you correct? Is it A, get more card packs? B, upgrade the card pack from matches? It's B, pal. It is B. Upgrade the card pack from matches.
I mean, the trivia, I feel like, my brain has just had to process all those matches, and now you're throwing trivia at me. But I feel like the chat's got it. I have full faith.
They know what they're doing. Trust me,
know
the chat always thinks they're professional Uno players. And once they've been on this stage, they can technically say that they are, right? And Star Surge is a fun thing that's going on right now. Look, we've been celebrating the Claws and Paws collection with our cats and dogs, right? And we've been hanging out on the beach with our Claws and Paws. But we're like nearing the last 72 hours that Claws and Paws is active. And that's when Star Surge is active, okay? So you want to make sure that you utilize Star Surge in order to complete that collection as fast as possible. I'll talk a little bit more about that after the break. But folks at home, what a fun day today. And we got to reward you for being here. Before we head to our quick break, I gave you one before. It's time for another. Woo! Here's another gift code. Now, this is a limited time, right? You only have a certain amount of redeems of this. So if you're watching on all of our live streams, you've got to type in this code as fast as possible to get 400 coins, 5 diamonds, and 1 4x shield. Type in 3 hours fun. That's about how long these live streams are. 3 hours fun. Go type it in. Hit that cogwheel on your Uno Mobile page. Maybe you just downloaded it, right? Click that cogwheel. Head down to that gift code section, that redeem. Type in 3 hours fun. That's how you'll get these rewards. Start off your play strong. 400 coins, 5 diamonds, 1 4x shield. And pal, while our friends at home are typing it in, I think it's time for us to grab a quick break. Get ready for the semifinals and the new change of rules potentially that we'll see. So folks at home, don't go anywhere. Type in this code and enjoy this break. And I'll just give you a quick hint. Maybe pay attention during this break content. There's some fun things coming up your way with the new collection. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno! Reverse! Uno!
Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Uno!
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes? Welcome back to the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup August Finals. I'm so excited to be back. Of course, here in the semifinals, about to get started. I'm Gojj, and I gotta remind everybody at home, if you were waiting around during the break, or maybe you tuned in during the break saying, what's going on? Don't worry, we got a lot of competition to show you. This is Uno Mobile, and you can download it for free right now in the iOS or Android Google Play stores. You gotta get involved, especially because the qualifiers for this event, they're all in-app. It's super cool. It's super exciting. It's all the 1st through the 10th days of the first of those months. A lot of fun to watch the competition unfold, and I know a lot of our players have a lot of different strategies to try to make it here, but you got to get your hands on the game first. And if you want to hear more about those strategies, you could join the Discord and follow Uno Mobile on all major socials, ! Socials. We'll pull up those links in the chat. Or if you're watching this back, it's down in the description below here on YouTube. Had a lot of fun interacting with you all, and I've seen a lot of interaction in the Discord as well. A lot of people love watching each other compete, cheering each other on. Everybody's cheering on their favorites, and a lot of our players here are involved in those Discord communities. We've heard it from the winners 1,000 times. The Discord community is a lot of fun to get involved in, and they have a ton of events as well. Not only the Community Cup, but also other Discord competitions that happen throughout the weeks to come. So go get involved. And I don't know if you're paying attention, but yes, we've got sunglasses on our head. Yes, we're wearing these kind of like beach-like shirts because the Paws and Claws collection still here, but in the final moments, last 72 hours right around the corner, which means Star Surge is active, okay? So if you need to finish that collection, where are you? Have you done it yet? Go get involved right now in that Paws and Claws collection. You're in the final moments. Star Surge will hopefully help you out here in the final moments of the Paws and Claws. And you saw that sneak peek of what's coming next, right, during the break? The Space Collection, I'm kind of owing to it as well with the black and white, maybe. Space Collection coming next. August 24th is when that drops, all right? So get really excited about the Space Collection. One of my favorite themes. I don't know what I'm going to be wearing in our next monthly final to celebrate the Space Collection, but stay tuned for that because I'm sure it's going to be a good one. But, hey, I'm excited to bring back Pal and talk about the competition today because our quarterfinals was one to write home about for sure. We saw Wild Punch, right? The new rule that was added just for the quarterfinals. It was maybe not as influential as I thought it would be, but it certainly had its kind of crowning moments.
Now, I do feel like you're saying you don't know what you're going to wear. I would like a spacesuit, please.
Okay.
Full-blown, head-to-toe spacesuit. Thank you very much.
Oh, no. But let's look at the replays of the quarterfinals. We had a chance to look through Group A, B, C, D, all playing with this Wild Punch. And, of course, all of our normal rules like discard all and a lot of stacking, of course. And discard all was certainly dynamic. There's a couple wins here from Kim using the discard all.
Yeah, I mean, I love that we got to see a little bit of our wild punch, but I mean, leave it to the stacking and discard. And of course, I'd love to see the reverses that came into play for these matchups. And, you know, I feel like now that we're getting to our semifinals, you know, we got the yayas out of the way, the nerves, you know, are gone. Sure. This is now time to show up and find out who, in fact, is going to be moving forward to our finals.
Well, JC in Memphis had a dynamic start to their tournament so far, winning out in their group here in Group C. And then as we head to Group D, of course, we'll see after JC grabs another victory with Four Eyes joining them, of course, in the semifinals. We'll see. Sweep. Yeah, and I think this is what's so interesting. Like, we talked about this. You'll see in here in Group D, like, everybody plays differently. Everybody plays slightly differently. Of course, you got to play based around, like, what cards you're dealt or sometimes what cards you have to draw, especially when it's a +8 team. But at the same time, it's like, how do I read my opponents well? How do I move on? So let's take a look at the players that have moved on. Semis A, Semis B, 8 players left into the semifinals. Pal, all very strong players. Any ideas here? Any shouts? Certain players you're looking out for? Yeah.
Oh man, I love the way Kim played. So much composure. Even though she was not dealt the best hands, was able to pull through. I feel like that's gonna go a lot in her favor because we have some returners that are coming back, like MQ. And you know, I feel like when you have finally this experience of like competing in a esports event or any kind of event where it's not only do you have a lot of pride going through, but you know, a prize pool and then a finals in November, there's so much on the line. So I feel like once you get that out of the way, you kind of, you know, anticipate what that feels like. But I love, you know, this semis A group is pretty stacked, and I'm excited to see what happens, including our semi B group as well.
Well, we'll be starting in Semis A, so let's take a look at them real quick. Kim, JC in Memphis. Of course, MQ won the May Community Cup Finals, and then Freckles joining them as well. Anybody's game. We're about to get into it. And before we can watch the semifinals in action, both semifinals will be utilizing a brand new rule. Now, it could be Wild Punch again. We're going to spin that wheel and see what rule will be used for the semifinals. This could dramatically change the way the game is played. Let's spin that wheel and see what happens. Ooh. What will it be for semifinals?
Will it be
color challenge? No! It's gonna be 0-7 for the semi-finals. Now, pal, this is gonna be chaos, and it's going to be awesome. For those at home that don't know what 0-7 is, maybe you haven't played it before, you should. It's a lot of fun. It definitely changes the game. So you won't see wild punches at all during the semifinals A or B. Instead, 0-7 is in play. That's not an extra card. That means when you play a 0 or a 7, things will change. Now, a 7, when you play it, fantastic. You get to change hands with another player, right? Definitely strong and certainly will change up your strategy. You play a 0, all cards move in the rotation of play. Everyone changes hands. Now, this right here, pal, is going to be next level.
I mean, this is really going to create a lot of chaos, not only for everyone that is playing, but everyone that is watching, and including us that are casting, because we got to kind of keep track of all these 0s and 7s and rotations and card swaps. So yeah, this is going to be complete chaos, and I love every single minute of it.
Yeah, if you are at home, those are walking in the chat, we're getting semifinals A ready. If you had to play semifinals here with 0-7, do you have a strategy for 0-7? Were you practicing? Do you know how it works? I assume every player does, but how do you use it to the maximum efficiency that you can in order to grab victories? I think the big point here is that you want to have 7s. 0s are nice, but it's less kind of dictation of what will happen. When you have at 7, you choose. You see an Uno, you've got 18 cards. Bang, let's swap cards and let's see what happens. But let's take it into the gameplay and see how these players utilize it.
I'm looking for sevens.
There's no 7s. The only person with a 0 right now is
there
MQ.
There is a 0. Yeah, MQ's got that 0, but like that's the thing. We got to be really vigilant here. And we can see the cards. They don't know what each other has, but it's all kind of playing on like the nerves here because now that there's been a complete, spin on the rule change, we're not going to see the wild punch anymore, but you can see the cards are moving fast. Kim already with 3 cards.
Brutal.
And MQ
draws instead. And this is where we're going to be talking about this. It moves quick. MQ didn't play the 0 at first because they had the fewest amount of cards, but swaps the 0 knowing they're going to get another hand that has 3 cards. Honestly, got the better hand. Freckles took MQ's original hand. Now MQ has a wild and a discard all, feeling comfortable, but JC knows what MQ has because that was his original hand.
Memphis over here changing it to green. And then here you go, MQ with that wild card left.
Reverse.
Is able to reverse it here with Memphis.
Not going to matter. It's going to change. MQ's got the wild. This is such an interesting strategy, right? JC had to give his hand to MQ. JC and Memphis had to give his hand to MQ. Knew he had a wild and a discard all that was green. Elects to change the color to green anyways, and it comes back to win here for MQ. So those are the strategies you got to think about, right? Like, hey, I know what this person has. I've got to play not only my hand, but against their hand that I have memorized because it originally was my hand, right? Like that,
I feel
that's
like
how wild it gets.
I feel like in a way you do have to kind of predict and keep account for other people's cards, colors, and everything like that. It does come to your advantage, and it was perfectly executed there by MQ. Unfortunately, does not go in his favor there with that challenge and has to pick up quite a few cards. But we're moving it to here to blue here.
Here's the weird part, right? MQ's got 3 7s. So what MQ would probably want to do here in order to get the best hand... Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So good. It's so good. All right. So now at this point, you're not memorizing as much of your hands because there's so many cards, but you can kind of just think about colors at the very least. Like Kim knows Freckles has a ton of greens. So we don't want it to be green if we want Freckles to get rid of their cards. We'll see what it goes from here. There's a lot of 7s in the side of now.
Is Memphis going to use that 7 though? Yeah, and does! Giving MQ back the cards he originally had.
The crazy part is that all it has to do is get the green, and MQ could just do it right back because there's 2 7s still in that hand. So it can get a little wonky with that, but 0 means
my goodness, there goes that
still moving.
0.
Hey, I'm gonna lay off the predictions of what's gonna happen because anything can happen in 0 7s.
We can't. That wheel just messed everything up in the best way possible. Look at all these reverses coming through.
Draw 2.
Nice.
All right, here comes that +2. Oh, thanks. Nice little thanks from Freckles.
These are those moments you think about. What colors have I seen in particular? JC goes to 2 cards remaining with a 7 being played.
Kim has a 7 as well.
Yeah, could she? Doesn't play it. Instead, going to throw down discard all yellow because JC likely had a green, but got a yellow as well. I mean, JC's in a great spot. But now that it's not on green,
Kim didn't use the card.
Kim wants to change it to green so that Kim can change colors and change hands.
Wow.
But it doesn't matter. You change it to green. JC's got a green. JC's grabbing a victory. All of a sudden, MQ with the win, JC with the win. Whew, this is nuts.
I'm surprised that she did not utilize that 7. That would have been a perfect opportunity to swap right there, but she did not know that he had that green, taking him to victory. Oh, you hate to see it, but you also kind of love to see it. And I don't know if your eyeballs are okay because it's like, I feel like I'm going like in reverse. I don't know. It's like that googly eye thing that's happening. But yeah, that's what's happening right now in real life for me.
All right, here we go. Couple 7s across the board. MQ's got a 7. Kim's got a 7. JC's got a 0.
Lots of 7s.
Problem with 0 sometimes, like when it's the last card you can play, like you almost don't want to play it if you're winning. So it's tough. Sometimes you want to draw, but see, blue, JC could get away from the 0 and play the discard
challenge with that +6. Does have a 7 though.
Oh, it's like JC.
Yeah, they're holding on to them now.
It's kind of smart. I mean, it's almost like kind of. It's not as strong as a wild necessarily. Maybe it is stronger depending. But see, this is the big question of JC. Do you play the discard all? But you don't want to because then you have to play the 0 and it doesn't actually get activated. JC likely is going to want to change hands. So maybe it is such a tough call every time.
Thinking, decides to move it to green.
Yeah, it's tough because if you play discard all, you're not changing hands. And your hand's not all too powerful right now. And now
Right, Freckles.
somebody's got
Plus
to change with
2.
MQ. I don't think they can though. +4 stack, go to +6. That's huge. MQ's got to draw.
Ooh,
Still in it.
was able to pick up a 7 though.
Right.
Ooh, gonna utilize that skip.
Stay green. Couple draws. Pretty timid, kind of tame 0-7 game thus far.
But MQ and Kim had those 7s.
Yeah, it's gonna just go ahead
There
and
it
do
is.
Doesn't get a great hand, to be honest. MQ.
It's
Freckles is
risky.
probably
I mean,
okay
it's
with that.
risky right there. There goes
Ow.
the changes.
Send it right back.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh no, God,
The
the
sevens have
7s are
dropped.
coming in hot.
Okay, so this is what's wild, right? JC has been holding on, goes discard all to get to 2 cards. Now MQ's on 2 cards. We have no 0s and no 7s on the table. Right now, playing traditional Uno, and right now MQ's looking the strongest.
I mean, 45 seconds on the clock. Kim misses the challenge, picks up 6 cards.
It's not a bad play to make the challenge because you want to draw a 0 or a 7. So if you can draw more cards, that's better because you can just give them to somebody else.
But it's also risky. It's a 50-50.
Right? Here we go.
Those
MQ
thinking,
on Uno.
burning the clock. Oh,
That's the draw.
+4. 25 seconds.
Does have a 0. You're right. We got to look at that clock. Friend or enemy, 20 seconds left. Running out of daylight. Discard alls just means we're going to go to
here they
green,
come.
which means it's going to be a 0 being played from Freckles. Might
Oh my
grab
God,
the
can they
oh
do
no,
it?
MQ
10
has
seconds.
it. 0 goes out. Changes hands. Freckles in the lead with 1 point, in reversing back means
3
MQ
seconds.
can't play. Back and forth we go. Freckles with a victory. Freckles with a victory, utilizing that 0. Very well done to take MQ's hand. That's 0-7 for you, and it is chaos.
Wow, Freckles. What a way to utilize that card swap right there. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's feeling really good right now.
Yeah, it was perfect. Like, especially in those final moments, you know how many points you have. So you could see that you had, however many points you had. Maybe it's 15, maybe it's 20. Maybe it was like you didn't have a medal on your name. Like, we're able to see those points on our side. But if you don't have a medal, like, I'm not winning this. I see MQ is in first. I'm taking his hand. Like, it doesn't matter what's in it. He's in first, and I could take that hand and win it. And that's exactly what happened, right? So really cool kind of mechanic here with 0-7s. Perfectly executed. Couple 0s
Also,
and
with the
7s
clock
here.
too, because we did get to see that clock run out. So a lot of, scrambling, last minute decisions that have to be played here. But we got Freckles here, changing it here to blue. But you can see Memphis with 7 over here on the. Will they make the swap right now?
They can't. They're drawing 18 cards, tying Uno Monster for the most drawn. Now, plenty of likely some 0s and 7s there. I didn't see a single one drawn,
I did not see one, but I could be wrong because there's a lot of cards there.
And they did have a 7 in their hand already, so we'll see if they're able to play it. Depends on the color. AC looking to get rid of some cards.
Ooh,
Discard
that's
all
a
will do
nice discard all right there.
Wow, huge draw.
Wow, MK. Okay. MQ just definitely over here with that great play. Has that 2. Draws the
into
card.
Telling you, sometimes you draw 18 cards and it's not a bad play. Change it to blue. That does get MQ an opportunity to go to Uno. Here we go. If it doesn't change. Oh, nice play. I was waiting for the 7.
Swap.
I was waiting for the 7. It's a great play. MQ has it back, though. He can just change it right back because he's got a blue. Now, what do you do from here?
Oh, he gives him that little present. Like, I know what card you have.
MQ grabs a victory out of nowhere. +2 stack for a +4. Memphis tried to send it. Didn't end up mattering. When you play a 7 and you've got a 7 in your hand, that person, if they can still play and they happen to be right next to you, they're going to send it right back your way. That's 0s and 7s for you. We've seen it happen both sides, winning because of either a 0 last game and then this past one, winning because of a 7. Very well done.
I mean, yeah, I keep calling it. MQ decided to play it so well. And I love the fact that once you actually see the cards from one another, now you just have an advantage to know what, in fact, that player has. So it definitely changes the dynamic here on what we're doing. But you can see already Kim over here with that discard all. Oh, decides to switch it up here with that 0.
JC's feeling good about that play. Now, JC has this is a fun thing to talk about if we get to it. JC has this fun opportunity as we have a gigantic reverse battle over here with
Love
Kim and
this
Freckles.
reverse.
Freckles. JC gets to pick if they want to switch hands or not, because they can either play the discard all or play the 0. And if they play the discard all, the 0 is not activated. So it's a fun place to be in if we can get it to blue for JC, because you at least have some autonomy on whether or not to use your 0. Right now, I'm not wanting to play it because, well, they're in first.
I mean, decides to move it to blue, so we know that Memphis has blue.
Draw a card.
I'm changing it to red here.
All right, here we go.
I mean, these cards, we have lots of time on the clock, but these cards are moving quickly here.
Now JC might be thinking, I could change hands.
Kim decides to pick up cards here. Freckles with that discard. Here comes that reverse back to Freckles.
JC just can't play a card. We've had so many reverses.
Red.
Definitely playing the patient side of things over here. Kim moving it to red 3.
Okay, this is
Lots of
exactly what
nines.
JC wanted. +2, it's blue. Means that JC can go to Uno and not play the 0. That's perfect. 0 gets out of your hand. You keep that Uno and you keep yourself in the lead. But it's got to go to yellow to win. And right now we're going to green, which is honestly best case scenario for MQ, which means it's going to get changed.
Back to blue here.
Draw 4.
Like the emotes, Kim unfortunately has to draw.
Oh, discard
Except
all.
that red.
Here we go.
Oh, look at Freckles coming through over here.
Yellow.
No
In
zeros.
first place right here.
Yeah, no 0s or 7. So yes, Freckles is in first.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
The
here we go.
plays over here.
Last 38 seconds left. Everybody needs red to win. Freckles only on Uno. Still 2 cards. Kim right there as well. No 0s, no 7s. It goes red. Memphis able to grab it. Throws down the discard all on discard all. A huge victory from Memphis, which means MQ's at 2 wins. Memphis is at 2 wins. They're the 2 likely going to be moving on. If either of them win the next round, they both move on to the finals. So at this point, you even might, if you're in a bad spot, you might even want to just switch hands with somebody else to try to help the other person win. You're just trying to make it to the finals. Doesn't matter if you're first or second, it's top 2 moving on.
I love the way that discard came into play. Memphis just full confident going forward. But yes, you know, I love the fact that you could help out the next person moving forward. Will that happen? I don't know. I feel like there's kind of a situation here where, you know, some still need to get on the board. I mean, it's, you know, sometimes, you know, things can change really quickly here. So we'll see what happens. Kim here with a yellow decides to play that 7.
Yeah, it's not a bad play because you don't like having all the same color without a discard all. So looking for some more variety, about the same amount of cards, but plays it regardless.
MQ also has a 7 as well.
Now, Kim's going to
Freckles
swap
here
hands.
with a 0. Everybody here has a card to swap around.
Yeah,
We got green over here.
last round, it was definitely like not a lot of swaps. There was one at the very beginning. I think that was it. This one, there's going to be a ton. And I think Kim was just trying to swap hands to get information. You know, you can learn other people's hands.
Intel! Who has the intel?
Draw 4.
Exactly right. Now, Kim's going to want to switch it here because now in last, for all cards.
Draw 2.
And JC's not swapping hands because JC's in first. So that's the hard part. And it's a nice draw. Top deck +2 feels good. Hold on to the 7 just in case.
I feel like they're going to hold on to it, but maybe decides to use it right here, right now.
You don't want to. You're
Oh,
first.
picks up, decides to hold on to it.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, spoke too soon. All right, Freckles needs to make a decision over here. Has some red. He uses that 7.
Smart. It could have played the discard all to get rid of 2 cards. Instead, just says, no, I just want the hand with the less cards. Let's see another discard all go to blue, but
Green.
no, gonna go to green. JC thinking likely they're the only one with
Draw
green,
4.
maybe. And not totally true, but certainly we'll get back to them to play a few cards. Freckles a little bit in trouble. No variety in color, and we're down to the final 60 seconds.
Wow, the clock is definitely running.
Blue.
Kim utilizing the situation is in second place, but Freckles in first.
You're gonna go ahead and just play your hand. You've got a 0 in case you need to swap. Gets rid of the
45
7 without
seconds.
using it. Time not on your side. Nobody close to a victory. It's a matter of who plays their
Kim
zeros.
is in 26 points right here.
Yeah, Kim's got the lowest amount of points for sure, and you know that, right? She's got that gold medal. You want to swap with Kim, so best case scenario would be Freckles playing the 0, but a skip comes through.
Skip.
This is going to be close.
23 seconds.
7. Of course, you take her, Kim's hand. MQ now in first, which means the person that wants to play a 0, definitely Memphis, but it's got to go to yellow to do that. 12 seconds remaining. We got to move. We got to move
10 seconds
fast.
here.
Freckles now in
first right now.
Can't play the 0.
33 points, burning the time on the clock.
Discard all. We'll take him down to 26.
It's
MQ,
time. It's
last
time.
second. MQ gets the discard all down, and that's what happens. You gotta pay attention to points. You gotta pay attention to the cards that give you the most points.
Ooh.
Gotta get down that discard all. Everybody was afraid of the 0 or the 7 to swap hands. Everyone had a sizable amount of cards, but everyone knew who was in first. But in second, MQ there, ready to take that victory. Memphis ready to take that victory, but it came down to playing their last action card, which was worth 20 points, to just barely sneak in a win by 3 points and taking the group. Or what a fun semifinals day. That was nuts.
I mean, I love that it first was like timid who's going to use the 7s or 0s, but as people got warmed up and was able to retain some of the intel and get a formal taste of what the power of this card can do, you can see right here in the replays. I mean, it was able to switch things around. You could see what your teammate has now. You can utilize that to your advantage, and so many of the players did for this semis. And, you know, the other group is also watching as well. So I'm thinking this is gonna get really crazy coming up for the next group as well.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like pondering, like, what could I have, like, if I was in their space, like, what could I have done differently? What would I have done differently? How do I play my 0s a little bit better? Because, like, you have to retain so much information when all these hands are passing around of who has what and which cards have I seen. And I think it comes down to just like flash memory of colors. Okay, I saw a ton of blues and I don't have them. I can't go to blues. I got to go to something else. Like, those types of decisions were the ones that probably took players on top. But here's some of those final moments. There's that discard all. Look at those scores. 26 from MQ. Freckles had 29. So MQ wins semifinals A, which means MQ is moving on and Memphis is moving on. JC in Memphis, MQ. We'll see you in the August finals. Wow, 0-7 certainly shook things up. But MQ and JC move on. And MQ living up to their winning history. I mean, could history repeat itself from May? MQ has a chance to go for another victory here. Has a chance to certainly walk away with a little bit of cash, maybe a lot of cash here in the grand finals. Woo, I'm excited to see what will happen in that finals. But before we get there, we got to take a look at Semis B.
I mean, semis Bs, you know, it's still a lot of great contenders. You know, were they sitting back watching, taking mental notes of this whole chaos that was coming around? Because you're right, there has to be some cerebral plays coming through. You have to start remembering what people have. That intel could be vital for you to actually carry over to that next win. So I really love the way a lot of the plays were made. And now people feeling a lot more confident with this switch up with 7s and 0s coming into play here.
Yeah, I am super excited about this semifinals. And I gotta remind you all at home, not only is 0-7's chaotic, but just for being here, we're gonna reward you with some rewards. It's 'cause I know your blood pressure is climbing, all right? So we've got a giveaway coming soon. I saw some people in the chat saying, wow, this is intense. And yeah, it is. And you can get involved, of course, in these qualifiers at the beginning of each of the months that we've talked about. But we're gonna reward you just for being here in the chat and enjoying this crazy, unpredictable action that we've seen here in the semifinals. So one more to go, semifinals B, and then it'll be the finals. $5,000 on the line, and if you want to share that prize pool, you got to make it through the semifinals. Here we go. Top 2 move on, pal. Let's see it.
All right, well, I'm excited to see this next group go forward. Will they utilize some of the strategy that the other group did, or will they have their own style coming through? Lots of skips pulling forward already, lots of reverses. Still really, I mean, we got, 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock here. But things are moving pretty quickly here. We got that +4 to green. Will Ryan stack it up? There it goes back to red. That +8. Rosella unfortunately has to pay for it.
Yeah, this is what's so interesting about 0-7s. You almost want to burn your wilds really early. That's what Via 4 Eyes is thinking. I want to burn my +4s now. My hand's going to change. Somebody's going to take it from me, and I don't want them to have wilds. And so Via 4 Eyes plays all of their wild cards, and more wild cards being played on the side of other players. Maybe Twyla will follow here and go green. All it takes is one person to play a 0 or a 7, and the chaos will ensue. 4 Eyes feeling really comfortable in their position.
Ooh.
Doesn't play the 0, instead to discard all, and here we go.
All right, +2 over here for Via 4 Eyes. Lots of +2s. Ooh, Twilight already with that Uno.
Yep, we're changing it up
Oh,
though.
here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. 0 coming through means Via 4 Eyes primed and ready to win, but Twyla knows exactly what 4 Eyes has, right? So we want to make sure we don't play into a green 6. Now, as we swap again, now Twyla and 4 Eyes know that Ryan has a green 6, and well, maybe I'll just take it right back.
I mean, here you go. This is where the intel comes into play. And here's the switch up again with a minute 11 on the clock. Some discards, some greens
You know what he's
forward.
got. You know what he's got.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Ryan coming in victorious with that first matchup. I mean, I feel like now people are very comfortable with 7s and 0s.
I don't know. That would hurt. You know he has the green 7 or the green 6. You know what he has. You have a wild card. You gotta change the color. And I think it was just the product of playing quickly, trying to burn cards out. And cards got changed so many times that maybe it was just lost in the shuffle. Ryan grabs a nice little sneaky victory. We'll take those, Ryan. You're on the board. We'll see if it pays off for you, and we'll see if we see you in the finals. Let's get into the second one.
I love that you brought up the point of everyone on that first round discarding their wilds at first, because you do not want to get stuck with these cards at the final while people are swapping. You know, it would be such a disadvantage when you get caught with a card that's just so much high in value in points. So definitely the plays that are going, definitely different kind of strategy with this group.
+14 for Rosella. You're not even mad about that. You gotta draw at 1-0 or 1-7 to get all those cards away, but you got a ton of wilds, so I don't know how you play this.
Ryan thinking over here, switching it up, utilizing that 7.
Okay, a couple discard alls. Well, that means Ryan's gonna go down to doesn't go to Uno using the discard all. Wants to hold on to him. Maybe thinking potentially that somebody's gonna try to steal that hand, or doesn't want to show that they're in first necessarily. If it goes to red at all here, and it does. Ryan goes back to back out of nowhere.
Present!
Oh no, yeah, it's a present because it's a gift, a second gift for Ryan, propping Ryan up for the victory. Ryan walks through 2 up, 2 down. Ryan could sweep semifinals B here.
I mean, how did he know? How did he know? I mean, I don't know. I love the little present emote over there, but what a lucky draw right there.
Yeah, it's a smart play too, because like if you think about it, when you're going down to Uno, everyone's gonna try to steal your hand. When you got 4 cards showing and you change hands with one other person, only one person knows what you have, and they're on the opposite side of you, so they can't even necessarily truly do something about it. That's the key thing. You got to remember who's next to you and who's across from you. A 7 could change hands, but you know they don't have it. So a smart play from Ryan to hold on to 4 cards, and it went to red.
And I mean, just look at Ryan's cards right now. Look at the opportunity that he has in front of him. If he could just play it right, he has plenty of 0s +4s to work with. Rosella, unfortunately, missing that challenge, has to pick up +6.
This is such an odd hand to hold on to, though, because you don't want to play your 0s. You've got +4 wilds. And if you play your 0, you're going to get rid of your good hand that you're in the lead with. So burn your wilds now. We're going to see a nice +8 stack over to Twyla. But Ryan's going to have to do it again in order to even have a interesting hand to play. I don't know how Ryan wins this. This is going to be really difficult.
This is going to be all about who stacks what.
See.
Because Rosella has some numbers.
Yeah.
Is able to change it with the 7.
Yeah, and I think Ryan's okay with that, actually. Actually, Ryan's excited about that, because if Rosella plays a 0, he gets his hand back.
He's got that 7.
He doesn't even need to take it. We'll see. He's actually going to have to draw
Twilight,
some
though,
cards
over
here,
there
probably.
with the 7 as well.
Yeah, this is so interesting. Rosella doesn't play anything and instead draws a card. A pretty smart play. So much thinking having to go on right now. Like, what do I need to play? Another +2. Ryan a little bit in trouble, but has a 7 to play around with if he can get the blue. Here we go.
Here with yellow.
Goes to
Rosella draws
green.
the car. Back to green. Back to yellow.
Red.
Okay, here we go. The start of the onslaught. What happens from here? Twyla's gonna have to draw 4. Rosella could swap hands, but Rosella doesn't want to
Draw
swap hands.
cards.
Twilight picking up 6 with a minute on the clock.
Yeah, Rosella just draws. You don't want to play anything there because you're going to get
Ooh.
challenged. Oh, no, it goes red.
Oh!
Via Four Eyes just grabs the victory out of nowhere, grabs the discard wall, and that's what
Whoa.
happens. This happens every time we're watching all these players, these weird kind of like games of chicken, right? Or cat and mouse of like, I can't play the Series. I can't play the +4 wild. I'm going to draw. And we're watching on the right, and then somebody else goes, hey, I have a discard all. I just won. That's the power of the discard alls.
It just shows you can't hold on too long to these cards because here someone's just burning their cards. And then, of course, if they got that discard all, it just changes everything. And it puts, everyone kind of in that like, oh, man, I should have used it when I had it situation. But, I mean, now I feel like everyone has that momentum. With Four Eyes now on the board.
Skip.
Again, such an interesting game mode because the wilds sometimes become a hindrance because you know that you're going to probably change hands. Now, looking at our cards here, Twyla has 2 7s.
Green.
So if I'm Twyla, I want to make sure I'm not swapping hands with somebody that's right after me because they'll just swap it right back because you're going to give them a 7. Otherwise, feel free to unleash if you feel like you need to.
Ooh, back to blue. That reverse, though. Rosella
Green.
changing it up to green. Got
we go.
+4.
Or I was going to draw 8.
Red. Draw cards.
If I'm Twyla, it's red.
Oh,
I
man,
played a
but
7. I get rid of a good hand. It's so difficult.
I think the wild,
Yellow.
had to get rid of that wild. Back to yellow.
I kind of hope for a discard all.
Red.
There you go. Back to red. Everyone's got a red. Twilight with that red 7. Will they pick up a card,
Draw
though?
card.
It's so hard. Four Eyes has got 8. Twyla's got to either draw or swap hands and
I
give
feel like
somebody
they are
Uno.
probably going to draw.
Gotta
Yep.
draw.
Uno. Reverse.
That's a great play right there. But Rosella,
You do it? Do you swap with the
Uno.
Uno? Yeah, you
Oh.
do. You take the Uno. Rosella can swap
Whoa.
back if it stays on
Uno.
7. 7,
The
7.
risk.
Four Eyes
Uno.
grabs it on Uno.
oh my goodness.
Uno.
Rosella's got Uno as well. 3 players with Uno. Does Twyla have something to change hands?
Uno.
Yeah, we're taking
they
it.
do. Oh my goodness,
Uno.
Twyla.
There we go.
We got a
Skip.
minute on the clock here.
This is chaos. Oh, a 0 could change it up as well. So many things can happen right now.
Okay,
Everybody looking
Rosella,
for discard alls.
There's
nobody
got some
can play.
discards, some reverses. Has it to green.
Okay.
Back to red.
Ryan's gonna go down to 2 cards.
Draw 2.
Nope, gonna have to draw
Ooh,
2
that
cards
+2.
instead. This is
Okay.
anybody's game. Technically, Four Eyes is in first with 4 points.
Gojj, we
but
have 35 seconds on the clock.
and it goes yellow, which is gonna be crazy because you're gonna get all the way around to Twyla, who's gonna
30
probably swap with
seconds.
Four Eyes. No, goes to red, discard all.
Oh my
changes
goodness.
it all up.
Uno.
Picked up a 7, though.
Twyla with 20 points because of the action card. Technically in second,
20
Four Eyes in
seconds.
first. Discard all after discard all. Rosella somehow back in it. Anybody's game.
Uno.
A 4 goes down. 13 seconds remaining, and nobody's playing their 0s. Nobody's
my
playing
goodness.
their 7s because they can't. Here we go. As
Reverse.
it's on yellow and the reverse comes through. Gonna have to draw. Who is it gonna be in the front? It's gonna be Rosella in the front because she doesn't have to draw. Burns the time. I call those a filibuster victory.
Ooh.
Congratulations to Rosella on the filibuster victory. What happened there was this. Came down to having to draw a card because they couldn't play, but had 5 seconds or less remaining on the clock when it got to their turn. Their turn can take 5 seconds. They don't do anything. Game over before they draw. Congratulations to Rosella. That was a massive victory.
I love the composure that she had throughout that play because things were shuffling and moving so chaotically. The amount of intel that everyone had on those last 15 seconds was incredible, but still victorious in her favor moving forward with that victory. It's great to see in those last final seconds too, because that, like you said before, you kind of have to have an account of what everyone has. If we're swapping cards now, I know what I'm working with or what could be to my disadvantage. So that was a great Great play.
Yeah, it's so hard. And I know a lot of people are watching at home like, oh, we can see all the cards. Oh, that was a bad play. Oh, that was a good play. Oh, that was a bad one. Like, it's so difficult for these players because those things are moving so fast. You've got the nerves, you've got a lot of chaos, and you can't see all the cards. So it's like, okay, if I've seen one person's hand, then I know their cards kind of, but it's already been 5 rounds, so they've drawn a lot of cards and played a lot of cards. Like, there's a lot going on. So sometimes you just got to trust your gut and keep playing. Rosella with a victory. We're still in it. Ryan is the player that could win it here and push their way to the finale and take one of these other 2 players with them, but still anyone's game, and a lot of cat and mouse play here in 0-7s, and I love it.
I love too that the fact that once you kind of get a grip on a 0 or a 7, I feel now everyone's very comfortable with using that card. But as you can see, Rosella's got that 7 in her pocket, as well as Ryan. Twilight trying to make it possible to get on the board, but people are burning these wilds. They do not want to hold on to them. And here comes that +4 from Rosella, changing it back to red.
This is what's so wild. This is going to be like the biggest. Yeah, it's going to be a +18 again, all the way down to Rosella. Rosella doesn't really care because Rosella has a 0 and a 7 in their hand, right? So you can just change hands with somebody else.
And a 7.
That's right. You're going to draw 18 cards, and Rosella's just going to go, okay, if it's blue or, green, I can just hand my hand to somebody else. Like, it does not matter. That's what's wild about 0-7s, and somebody's about to get real angry when their hand gets changed.
Ooh, I think here it's all about what can you discard, what can you stack. But here comes the swap, the first one that we've seen on this matchup. Here comes the second, and there it is. Twyla punished with all those cards, but is going to change it up again.
Keep passing them. Keep passing them.
Oh my goodness. Everyone now has an idea of all the cards on hand.
Just get rid of them. Ryan's stuck with them for now. Oh, nice draw.
Could this be the opportunity for Twilight to get on the board?
Draw 2.
Certainly possible. It does have a 0 in case they need to get rid of that hand, but you probably don't want to. You're in first. Ryan can't catch a break. Needs any 0-7. Doesn't matter. Just get rid of it. We're down to the final 56 seconds.
Rosella here in second. Twyla in first. Could this be their first victory? Changes it back to second. Looks like Rosella and Twilight here fighting for first and second, but no, Via Four Eyes taking that second spot over here.
Here we go. 3 points. Rosella's in the lead, trying to grab their second victory. Can anyone change hands or grab the victory first? 30 seconds remaining. Via Four Eyes, a nice draw. What is Rosella going to draw? It's an action card. Goes up to 23 points. Four Eyes is in first place and gets dealt the discard, all from Ryan. Via Four Eyes grabs their second victory, joining Ryan at the top. Congratulations, Via Four Eyes. You're right there. You're ready to move on to the final. If Ryan or Four Eyes wins, they're both moving on.
What an unfortunate situation to pick up that action card knowing that you were on first, second that whole time. That just shows you sometimes how different things can change when you pick up these action cards. And that's why we're seeing them discard early. So an unfortunate situation, but at least someone came victorious. There's a lot of points here that are on the line. So I think when it comes down to it, is getting that intel early on if you can, or maybe holding on to it towards the end. But man, these cards are moving a lot faster than we saw in our first matchup.
Here we go. Who do you think is going to win semifinals B? This could be match point. Twyla and Rosella certainly hope it's not, but as wilds continue to be played, yes, there are a few zeros. Count them 2 on the board and no 7s.
All right, we're kind of burning these wild cards that skip. Getting rid of that yellow. Keeping it on yellow over here.
There's no yellows on the board anymore, but...
all right. Here we go with our stacking.
Ryan.
Oh, man.
Another +12 here for Ryan.
But he has a discard.
Yeah, the thing is that, again, the hands are going to change likely, right? He's got a 0. He can just hand all these cards to somebody else. So it's almost not even bad to have a ton of cards. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know if he picked up a 0 or a 7. Here comes back the reverse. We're going to find out what he has.
Goes ahead and gets rid of all the yellows.
Discard all.
One has any yellows.
Okay.
Everybody drawing. slow paced, and Ryan's gonna burn some of these wilds because he knows likely he's gonna get rid of this hand. He can get rid of the wilds out of the hand. Feeling pretty good. Can swap hands.
Rosello is still holding on to that 0.
Yo.
Ryan
Smart.
over here deciding to figure out if he's going to burn this card or not.
Ryan's playing
Twilight
so
just
smart
moving
right now.
forward with these cards. Everyone drawing over here. There he goes with that +4 to green.
Draw 4.
Ryan with a flawless execution. Knew no one had a yellow. Went all the way around twice. Burned all the wilds out of his hand in case his cards got changed or he wants to change it.
Ooh, love it. All these double reverses here. Keeping it on blue.
You just keep burning the action cards. No, it's going to try to go to green. Maybe to swap hands. This is, I think, what Ryan wants is to get rid of this
Ooh,
0 so he
Twilight
can
over
go
here
down.
in first place.
Oof, tough for Ryan. Can't get rid of his hand. Nice skip for Twyla, but it is blue and it's set up for a win for
45
Twyla.
seconds.
+2 draw. It means Twyla's going to grab the victory. No one's paying attention that Twyla's got a blue. No one changed hands. It means no one has the intel. Twyla's on the board. Not in a position to go to the finals. Not yet. Needs another one to get to 2 victories and have a chance, but still on the board nonetheless. This is a close semifinals beat.
It's going to be close, but I love how he was able to kind of calculate win. In fact, while everyone's kind of looking at how many cards and stacking and zeros, who has the 0, who has the 7, he was able to burn all those cards and get himself through.
Yeah, pretty smart play there, Twyla.
like
Very
it.
well done. On the board, anybody's game. But again, there's 2 players at the top. You got Ryan, you got VF4. As you can see that down at the bottom of our screen on their total scores. So Twyla winning some tiebreakers, but tiebreakers don't matter right now. If Ryan or VF4 eyes win, they're both moving on. And already discard all is being played. And Ryan said, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that. I'll be taking your hand, please.
Yes, please. Twyla over here trying to make a play over here. Has that discard.
Oh, wow.
Rosella over here.
Yeah.
Ooh, with that
Nice play.
swap. Great swap. Now Ryan has to figure out, has that 7 to use. Could
Yeah,
swap
that's
back.
the problem. You can't use 7 on the player that's next in the turn order when you have another 7 in your hand. It's small little math mistakes like that that unfortunately might cost games. And it's not a bad play. It just means both your 7s are being burned and you got your hand back and you're in a worse position than you were. But we'll see. Throws the +4 out. VF4 is going to have to draw 8 here as Ryan's on Uno.
Ryan in a great position over here, changing it to red. VF4 is picking up 8 cards. Twilight gonna either change it to blue. Nice change up.
Can't be too allured by those discard alls. Would have given a victory to Ryan if we would have done it. It was green because Rosella wants to go to Uno. It's a good play thus far.
Great plays over here.
It's going to play it. Not going to make Ryan draw 2 cards. Instead,
Whoa, both of them
discard
with
all.
yellow.
Both on Uno. Both on
man.
yellow. Rosella about to tie. No! Goes blue. Changes it up. Twyla is on top of their game right now. No one's winning. Not yet. 3 players on
Not
2
yet.
cards. And all of a sudden, Twyla's there with 3 and a wild.
I mean, we have a minute and 5 over here. Everyone kind of bringing
no.
it down to their Uno cards.
Don't go yellow, Twyla. Don't go yellow. If
Don't
Twyla
do
goes
it.
yellow, it's over. Go yellow. Hands the win to Ryan. Oh my goodness. It's not a bad play. There's 50 seconds left. You've got 2 yellows. You don't know Ryan has a yellow, but Ryan's handed another victory because of a wild. Ryan going to be moving on to the finals, and via 4 eyes moving on to the finals because they also had 2 victories. Ryan with 3 total. Congratulations to Ryan and via 4 eyes, but a fantastic semifinals across the board. Thank you to all the competitors for making it out here tonight. It's been so much fun watching you compete.
I mean, I feel like some of these plays were so cerebral in some cases because you kind of have to keep track of so many cards and so many swaps and what people have and what to use to your advantage. But, you know, you could see Ryan here, even though he had, you know, so many cards, he, like you said before, you know, you kind of almost want that because if you end up drawing a 0 or 7 can really change up the game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 0s and 7s. Total different ball game. Discard alls, though, a lot of the same. You hold on till the end. Back-to-back wins there because of discard alls. We saw a ton of them tonight, and it's so sneaky because you look around, you say, oh, they've got 4 or 5 cards. We're chill. I don't need to swap hands with them. then they throw it all down at once and they win the game. It's a tough draw. And I think one thing that was happening in the last semifinals, I think it was Kim trying to make it to the finals by just getting a ton of intel, right? Use all your 0s and 7s early just to get the lay of the land with cards. But here's some of those final moments. Twyla did grab a victory, did make it onto the leaderboard, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And here's that final wild +4. It's a smart play from Twyla. You've got yellows. You want to be able to play them in the final 50 seconds. But Ryan just had one card, and it happened to be yellow. So congratulations. There it is. Ryan, via 4 Eyes, moving on to the finals.
You know, I do have to give it to the other contenders, though, because while everything was swapping, I think you're also kind of counting, right? How many points could be to your advantage or disadvantage. But Ryan and Via 4 Eyes kind of moving forward here with all these cerebral plays. And now we have an eye on the grand finals. MQ 1190, JC, Memphis, and Ryan and Via 4 Eyes coming victorious. Congratulations for making it to the grand finals.
That's exactly right. Here are your final 4 competitors. MQ back at it again. Won in May, looking to win again here. And Memphis right there as well. Ryan via 4 Eyes, all 3 of them, all new here to the grand finals here in August. So will it be this kind of storied competitor of MQ, or will it be one of our newbies? Who knows? But they're all going to be walking away with some cash. Folks at home, are you enjoying this competition? Because I certainly am. I like spicing up the rules. And if you are, or maybe even if you're not enjoying it, maybe you want a chance to change the competition, go get involved in the competition by downloading Uno Mobile for free right now on iOS or Android Google Play stores. You got to get involved. It's a lot of fun. Whether you're utilizing Star Surge to complete your Claws and Paws collection, or whether you're just playing games with friends for fun, or you're trying to compete here in the Uno Mobile esports, whatever way you want to do it, go get involved on Uno Mobile for free. It's a lot of fun. And again, follow Uno Mobile on all major socials. We're live on our brand new Twitch account. We're live on YouTube, where we've been running polls on who we think's going to win. We've got our giveaways going to everybody watching our live streams there on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I see you all on TikTok as well. And of course, follow them on the other social medias like Twitter and Instagram, where they're posting things all about Uno Mobile, other competitions going on, and that thriving Discord community. You can get involved with !socials to pull all of those up. Go get joined in on that community. Ton of other competitions, really cool people, a lot of fun. Folks, we got a lot to talk about with Uno Mobile, but the grand finals is right around the corner here. And I gotta say, pal, I think it's time not only to reward the players with this $5,000 prize pool after the finals, but reward the people at home for sticking with us all the way to the finals. Here's another gift code for you. Go type in Champion 8 Luck. Champion 8 Luck. It's 8 because, well, it's August. Champion 8, the number 8, by the way. Luck, all one word. For 600 coins, 10 diamonds, and 1 4x shield. And again, these are limited time users. Like, you can only redeem these a certain amount of time, so go type them in as fast as possible so you can get your hands on the coins, diamonds, and that 4x shield. We love giving away those rewards. And again, if you haven't done this before, you missed the other ones, click that little settings cogwheel in the top left hand corner of your Uno Mobile home screen. Go down to the gift code section down at the bottom where it says redeem. Click that and type in Champion 8 Luck. What a fun day of Uno Mobile. And let's talk about not only the prizing, but also remind you all at home, stick around because we got another giveaway coming soon as well. We just gave you one. We got one more coming soon right here after the finals, so stick around for that. But let's talk about that prizing one more time. We talked about it at the beginning of the show, but let's remind everybody at home, the stakes, pal. Look at this. $3,000 for first place, $1,000 for second.
I mean, it's not Friday until you get a prize pool of 3K coming in first. Then with 10K diamonds, second place with 1,005K diamonds, and third place with 500 with 3K, and then fourth with 500 with 2K diamonds. I mean, still, this prize pool is absolutely crazy, but it's a huge jump between first and second right there.
That's exactly right. And remember, not only do you get these cool emblems you can use in game, like MQ is using, but also the top 2, first and second in this finals, qualify for the grand finals in November. You got to set your eyes on the big prize, $10,000 on the line. Gonna be a lot of fun there as well. But let's finish it out today. Now, as a reminder, you might be thinking, let's get into the game. I'm ready. Well, we're not ready yet because we got to spin that wheel. We've got another rule to add here for the grand finals. Could it be Wild Punch again? Will we see 07s again in the finals? Or will we see Color Challenge or Open Draft, which we haven't seen yet? Here we go. Wheel being fun. Last rule of the day being added. And uh-oh, it's Open Draft. This is going to be crazy. I know we've got a lot of fans of Open Draft in the chat. If you like Open Draft, let me know. We're talking about the cognitive plays, and I like that. Cerebral plays of 07. Talk about cerebral plays. We're playing Open Draft for the finale of Uno Mobile Esports. It's about to get good. This is where the top players are going to shine, because Open Draft, if you haven't played it, is a lot of fun. You're going to see that every game we play, there's going to be a full draft sequence of cards. So everybody will be dealt 3 random cards that no one can see. And then there's going to be a series of drafts where 4 cards are put on the table in front of everybody. And in order, every person can see all 4 cards and drafts one of those cards in order. We do it again and again and again till everyone has drawn. And then we all have our hands. But if you've got a good memory, you can remember what every other person has. And you can kind of build your deck the way you like to play. So, of course, if there's wilds, you want to grab those. But maybe you got dealt in your hand without anybody seeing a discard all that's red. And you see several red cards in that draft. And you just try to take all of those. So you go down to 1 or 2 cards. This is going to be a lot of fun to try to dissect these players' strategy for the first time seeing Open Draft in this kind of competitive format.
I'm so excited to see this because we were talking about cerebral plays, but this is going to be some big brain action. Now that everyone kind of can utilize the intel of knowing what these cards are going to be with the draft. I mean, will this change this whole setup? But now we are in our draft. All right. We can see what everyone is drawing.
Oh, it looks like Memphis got first draft here on the left-hand side and was able to get a +4 wild. This time, Ryan can get it. Oh, no. Ryan's going to go discard all heavy. This is fun, right? Ryan's building a deck the way he wants to build it based on the cards he has. It means he's giving a +4 wild to someone else. Think about these strategies. You can see now the player on the right-hand side probably going to draw. Going to draw that +4. No, wants a discard all for colors.
Discard all.
I'm telling you, this is the fun part of Open Draft, is thinking about the strategies. +4 wilds are great. Discard alls can put you in a dangerous position really quickly.
All right, here we go. First pick here.
Fourth and final one. Do you take the discard all for your yellow card, or you take the +4 wild? I'm taking the +4 wild too, MQ. That's the right play for sure.
All right.
Everyone's
ready to go. Now, do you remember what everyone has is the question.
There's a smart draft for Via 4 Eyes. Like, if Via 4 Eyes could theoretically go down in 3 if it gets to a different color than blue. Has to play 1. They kind of buying their time. But yes, you got to remember cards that are being played and utilize discard alls. Everybody knows that everybody's got discard alls. MQ's going to join the party. So will Memphis. And then Ryan. No, Ryan's not. Memphis is going to do it.
Discard.
Gonna make sure Ryan draws. Likely remembered that Ryan drew the discard all. But the problem is, Via 4 Eyes on Uno with a +4 wild. What can you do about it? Likely nothing.
Wow. Okay, here with that +4 blue. The discard right here decides to change it to red.
Draw a card.
Ryan over here picking up those 8 cards.
Can't do anything about it. Hold on to that +4 wild till the end. Via 4 Eyes up on top to start. Sometimes the high IQ drafting strat pays off. Ryan was looking good. Just not good enough when you had somebody like 4 Eyes that had, I believe it was 2 different colors with discard alls and the +4 wild. Things had to go in their favor, but if they do, they could go out really quickly. That's exactly what happened.
I feel that the discard all might be the deciding factor here for this matchup, because you do not want to be held with any of these cards. Now, you got to kind of throw away the different strategy that you just got done playing. But here we go with our draft. What will they do? Looks like more discards able to pick up a wild over here, a skip.
That's right. Everybody is favoring the discard alls because they're so powerful given the cards you have. Like, even giving up a +4 wild to somebody. MQ wants to make sure they have a discard all to play with. Ryan is hoping that somebody leaves a green discard all. You can see his cards peeking in the background. But look how strong of a draft Memphis has had on the left-hand side. Drew 3 wild cards Everyone knows that, though, so keep that in mind. Not a lot of wild cards to go around. Looks like potentially Ryan here could take a wild. Is able to do that. But looking really strong.
Oh, he went for the skip. I'm surprised he didn't go for the discard.
Well, didn't need it necessarily. I think they already have a red discard all. You can see that, so you don't necessarily need two. Let's get an action card to play around with. Here we go. All right, into the action. Cerebral Uno Mobile going on right now.
Ooh, okay.
Discard all is going down quickly. To start, we're just going to put Four Eyes already on 2 cards. Four Eyes is locked in on this draft format.
This is quick. This is going to be quick. Memphis here making that decision to change it to green.
Okay, if Ryan can skip or change. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I got a little worried there. Four Eyes is going to walk away with 2 victories in under 30 seconds. Let's see what MQ does. Did we just kind of telegraph, or did we try to bluff? No, we're going to show. We've got yellow. We want yellow. JC doesn't have it. Likely going to change. If you go green here, it could be in trouble. No, it goes red.
Goes red. But you remember that Ryan doesn't have any reds to play with.
And again, you got to think about who's played discard alls too, because you know they don't have those colors unless they've drawn them. Now, no one has a red. JC doesn't want to play that +4 wild.
Everyone drawing.
Yeah, we're kind of in a brand new spot too here, pal. Because
man.
So many cards were drawn. Now that you don't know most people's cards, well, you're going to see some discard alls being played here, though.
All right, Memphis over here.
1,
here
2,
comes the discard alls.
3, 4. Uno. MQ on Uno. Uh-oh.
Okay, MQ.
Green.
If it can stay to green.
This is an interesting strategy. Ryan goes for the challenge. Does it make? We're on green. It's +4 wild. Nobody changes it. MQ takes the victory. Right back there, tying Four Eyes at the top. MQ and Four Eyes poised and ready to move on to November. Need 2 wins, either of them, to take the whole thing. I like Open Draft a lot. There's a lot going on.
Too.
There's a lot going on. It's hard to follow, but it's good.
I like that we are not only holding accountability for the cards that you already have, but you almost have to have an accountability for everyone's cards that are going around. So I think this is going to be down to who has the best memory, and also just keeping an eye on the time. And you know what kind of player are you? You know, are you a wild card player? Are you gonna stack, or are you gonna be a discard? We've seen discard being kind of the dominant card here in the draft, but you know, things can change up here. In fact, decides to pick up that red.
So
we have.
This is such an interesting draft here, pal, because like MQ saw that our player on the far right-hand side of our screen didn't draw a discard all when they could have, meaning they don't have that color. So there's like so many layers of things to remember as you're going through. And so most people likely know that player on the far right, they don't have any yellows. They haven't drawn any yellow discard alls when they had an opportunity to. Whereas Memphis on the left-hand side definitely has yellows, drawing all the discard alls that they can. Ryan definitely has greens. Like, so fun to think about.
Whoa.
Everybody in a great position. Here come all the discard alls. It's about to be chaos.
I mean, this is kind of to show off what, in fact, you can remember and what can you do with the cards at your hand over here.
Blue.
Things changing up to blue. But here come the wilds.
You got to change it. I think Four Eyes actually drew that blue discard all, so you know that they have it and they haven't played it. Got to keep it off blue. And you know that they can go out. Discard all is risky, but we were able to play, so Four Eyes doesn't get an auto win, but
blue.
Oh man, JC Memphis here just with nothing but yellow cards. MQ just has to be careful not to make that a yellow, decides to change it to red.
The problem is, okay, Memphis did draw a different color. I was going to say the problem is if it gets all the way around to red, MQ wins. Or thinks he can win and give it away.
Here picks up 4 cards.
Discard alls on both colors, though. Four Eyes still in a good position to win.
Blue.
This is crazy. Memphis can't respond to the +4, so albeit they were in a great position, gonna go for the challenge just to make sure. Gonna draw a lot.
Yeah, and you can see the emote kind of upset about it. Here comes the discard all here from Via Four Eyes.
Wow, MQ does not answer with a discard all to go out of reds, instead holding on. Oh no! Hands it away to Four Eyes! Discard alls, you know Four Eyes drafted that blue discard all. He was there from the beginning, but it was so long ago, it's hard to remember. Did they play it? Did they not? Four Eyes is winning these drafts and winning it well. Smart plays across the board, holding on to the discard alls, easily the most valuable card is the discard alls when it comes to open draft. Maybe even stronger than the +4 wild, just given that you can set up your hands to play a lot of cards. It's kind of the onslaught of discard alls at the very beginning. Everybody's playing them down to get down to 2 or 3 cards. These games go quick. 4 eyes with 2 wins.
I love that everyone is showing off, though, too, with the discard alls. It's like, oh, I know you have one. Well, I got one, too. So we're back to our draft over here.
Yeah, here we go.
Right.
So MQ grabbed the +4 wild, which is nice, and can grab another one if they want it. I think that's the best play. Again, you're noticing, right? It's like people are drawing discard alls when they have that color in their hand. MQ hasn't had those colors in their hand, not drawing the discard alls. That does telegraph your hand to some degree to the other players, but a lot going on, hard to remember. Already have a discard all red. Gonna go +4, smart play.
Very smart play over here. What is he going to pick up? That red +2, leaving that green +2 over here. Last card.
Gotta take the wild. That's such a tough decision, though.
So tough.
4 eyes is yet again such a strong hand because of the colors in their hand.
Oh, man. This might either go really, really quick.
I know. You almost want to play your +4s again really early so that people just can't discard all and win early. Like, make them draw cards so they can't go out that fast.
Yeah, this is kind of the play to stack them and punish people for having taken these discard all cards. But here we go with that green.
It's a great shot, pal. You want to punish them for not drawing a +4 wild. If they didn't draw one, they likely don't have one. Certainly possible, but likely they don't. And you know everybody else does because you watched them draft them, which means 4 eyes drawing 12 cards without drawing a +4 wild at the very beginning of the game.
All right, yeah, 4 eyes there picking up quite a few cards. MQ deciding to change it up to green.
Draw 4.
Another early play of the +4 wild. Wants to get out ahead. Don't mind it.
Ooh, lots of 1s here. Okay. 4s.
Reverse.
Tracy using his reverse.
Nice.
Back to reverse here.
Uh-oh,
there you go. The discard all.
This is a kind of a strong move. Like you got to remember, MQ doesn't have it. Draws a +2 off top deck, which is crazy.
Oh, MQ.
You're gonna see a huge stack.
Whoa,
This is a game
Ryan
going to
and
pay off.
MQ over here.
Huge payoff for MQ. Strong plays again. May champion.
Minute 30.
Draw 2.
Oh, unlucky there. Goes +2. Make sure MQ can't win. Smart play.
Ooh, that's a great skip by JC Memphis. There goes that discard all. Able to play the 9.
Nope. Nobody changes it. Ryan's got the discard all. Ryan sneaks in there, grabs the points, hops onto the leaderboard. There's only one player without a win, and it's JC in Memphis. Know how strong they can be, though. Certainly could join the rest of them. Still on match point overall, but hey, now we got Ryan on the board. Anything could happen.
I thought JC had that, but it just shows you that, you know, you could just sneak in and just take that victory. And that's what we just saw right there. And you love to see it because at the same time, although this draft is like totally change up the game, you have to almost have to, you know, discard what you just played, you know, the last matchup and now kind of reform your play style. So I love that, you know, yes, the discards are, but we've seen a lot of reverses here. We got that plus wild 4.
If MQ can keep up the streak, this is a huge hand. Started out with reds, already a discard all in their hand, and gets a +4 wild off the draw here. This is a huge take.
Ooh, okay.
MQ's looking really strong. Could potentially go for 2 wins.
Definitely the cards to get there. Ryan has quite a bit of cards too. Lots of reverses in their favor. Memphis with quite a bit of +4s here.
That was a wild. This last one's a wild draft. They were all action or wild cards. The worst picked card here, whereas really wanted the reverse. MQ got another +2. I mean, incredible hand. Wants to make sure they can go down quickly, and well, that's an easy way to do it. No, it's going to actually just play the
This is going to be the reverse battle.
I respect it. To hold on to the discard alls, but nobody else does.
Ooh, Ryan over here, able to discard quite a few cards. Draws 2. Will he reverse it? Oh.
Right.
JC Memphis over here.
Yep.
getting rid of these cards, these wild action cards.
Definitely not a challenge. Definitely a stack. 8 cards to the side of Four Eyes. Ryan, though, going to go to Uno, but it's going to go red. JC has to play this wild or it's going to be game over. Here we go. Does play it smartly.
Okay.
But it goes green, so this is where it gets weird.
Draw 4.
Because if Four Eyes doesn't change colors, Ryan wins. What's Four Eyes going to do? Smartly change colors.
Yellow, yes.
They know Ryan's got a green. We want to make sure he can't win.
Oh, another green pickup over here.
Minute 50 left. You don't have to burn it yet. Usually I say about 90 seconds, but gonna do it anyways.
Okay.
I think it's pretty smart. You know nobody else probably has a wild. Four Eyes having to draw even more cards. You want red. You're gonna get down to 2 cards. Not a bad wild. Here we go.
Right. Look at that discard all there by MQ.
Everything going on the favor of MQ currently. Another +2 going to Uno.
He's on Uno.
Four Eyes can't catch a break. I stack to Ryan means no one else is close. But it's still on yellow. What can we do?
Oh, what a great
Sure.
skip.
I think MQ's probably okay with that, to be honest.
Yep.
Couldn't play. Now I'm going to have to draw? Nothing. Anybody's game.
Skip.
Got a minute and 5 here.
Oof, can't catch a break.
Ooh, cannot find the colors needed here. Wow. All right, here we go. MQ in first. Ryan in second with our point system here. You could see the number next to their name.
Now remember that discard all is 20 points, so it's a lot. If you can get rid of them, you can go down dramatically on point values. Four Eyes could creep all the way back here and win it potentially if it goes back to green. This is where it's going to get crazy. +2 played. Four Eyes able to get rid of at least one action card with a reverse. No one else can play.
30 seconds on the clock here.
Four Eyes can change it off this color. MQ doesn't get a nice top deck.
MQ,
Goes
if
to
he could
green.
just stay consistent here.
It's not going to change off green. Four Eyes is going to go down 2 points. This is massive. Four Eyes could close it out right here. The grand finals could be over in a matter of seconds if there is not a top deck draw. Well, it's even better. Four Eyes down to 0. Can anyone do anything? Goes down to Uno. Not going to matter. Four Eyes plays it in a dramatic fashion. 2 seconds left. Doesn't even let the time go down. Via Four Eyes is your August champion of the Uno Mobile Community Cup. Congratulations. $3,000 richer. We're going to be seeing you in November. Dynamic victory all the way through. Via Four Eyes. Congratulations. Glasses on. Living up to the nickname. Won it in a massive fashion. Crazy circumstances, pal, in that final round with, I think at one point, like 15 cards, but the discard all. After discard all, no one could play. All action cards burned, and then bam, grabs the victory.
I'm so blinded by those plays right now. I feel like I need my own sunglasses right now. Like, that was just the most incredible thing ever. Congratulations. I'm so excited to see draft come to play. I feel like this has been the most exciting that we've had through the series. We've had some incredible matches, but this really had to make everyone kind of on their toes when it came down to the drafting, came down to the plays, understanding what in fact everyone has, utilizing everything to their advantage. And I mean, you gotta see Via Four Eyes really being patient with the plays, allowing these discards all to happen in their favor. And that, you know, was victorious for them. Those plays, I mean, you could see the cards moving. I mean, MQ definitely had a lot of power plays as well, but man, you got to see Via Four Eyes coming in hot with those discard alls and, you know, really kind of pacing themselves when it came down to kind of reading the plays that everyone had.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? When you start thinking about the draft sequence, it's such a more strategic game because you're having to read your opponents, think about the cards played, your draft matters. And I think Four Eyes flawlessly executed the draft. Really well done. Yes, there was some luck involved, but that was a lot of skill from Four Eyes. And no one else even had 2 wins. Four Eyes, 3 wins overall out of 5 games is a massive feat in the finals. Here's those final scores. Victories across the board for everybody besides Memphis, but everybody's walking away with at least a little bit of cash. But we're going to be seeing Via Four Eyes and Ryan in November, by the way, because of the tiebreaker. MQ, we're actually going to be seeing MQ there as well because he won in May, right? So actually the top 3 will be seeing them in November. MQ still walking away with a little bit of cash. We'll talk about that in a second, but let's look at their pathway to the grand finals across the board. Fantastic execution, and it was Twyla, it was Kim, it was Memphis and Rosella that actually won their group stages, and unfortunately none of them are going to be making it to November because they weren't able to grab the top 2 spots in the semifinals here, pal. MQ won that semifinals and Ryan won that semifinals. It was via 4-Eye sneaking in second and Memphis sneaking in second, making it to the finals, but 4-Eyes and Ryan on top in the finals.
I mean, it must feel really, really good, but you have to, give it to all the contestants here. I mean, this was not an easy shakeup. We definitely changed things up a bit. That wheel either was in your favor or not. Sometimes, it comes down to experience, and sometimes it just comes down to big brain plays. And I absolutely loved how everybody decided to kind of, go forward with this. And, I think when it comes down to it, it's also kind of like your composure, right? Because you're reading everyone's card, you're reading everyone's intel, but at the same time, what do you have to offer in these plays? And 4-Eyes just, came in super dominant.
Yeah, very strong open draft. I'd be curious to see if Whereas potentially had played a ton of draft. Hopefully we can get an interview with them. But in the meantime, I want to hear from people at home. What do you think of the new wheel spin rules? Because it definitely changed the game. We've been seeing kind of the same rules throughout the last several months of the Community Cup. Here in August, what do you think about the wheel spin? What was your favorite rule of the day? Did you like the wild punch? Did you like maybe the open draft at the end? Or are you a fan of chaos? Are you a fan of the 0-7? We want to hear from you whether or not you enjoyed that wheel spin, that little spicy change to the rules we had for this month. But let's take a look at the final pricing for the Final Four. Of course, we congratulate all competitors, but here you go. Via 4-Eyes at top. Total of $3,000 richer, 10,000 diamonds in that incredible banner, by the way. Ryan also heading to November 1,000, 5K diamonds, second place overall. MQ, we'll be seeing you in the finals as well. You won in May, and you won an extra $500 today with 3,000 diamonds. Couple banners you can kind of swap between with your May winning banner, and then of course your August 3rd place. And then JC in Memphis, hey, shout out to Tennessee. We love you over there in Memphis. I'll be seeing you shortly. I think I got a wedding to go to over there at some point later in the year, but $500 richer, 2,000 diamonds as well. What an incredible day, pal.
I mean, it's not a bad payday on a Friday, so I'm really excited. Congratulations to everyone who participated. But moving forward, having this incredible change up with things, it really just shows you how big the community here at Uno is. And, don't forget to join up the Discord, follow. You can download the game on iOS and Android. And, you too maybe can, see your name on this amazing game that we've been participating. This change up of the game and strategy and rules has really changed it up, and I really, really had a lot of fun.
It's a great shout. You heard it from Pal. You can download it iOS, Android, Google Play Store. Do it right now for free, and follow Uno Mobile on all their major socials, including that Discord. All of our friends, we love the Uno Mobile Discord. There's a lot going on in there. Make sure you go join that. !socials will pull up all those links for you down in the description below. You got to stay in tune to what Uno Mobile's been all about. We had our Nice Duos Invitational there in the summer, back in June, and now here with the Community Cup. It's a lot of fun, and it's time to reward you all at home one more time. We love you here in Uno Mobile House. We love you with Uno Mobile Esports, and we love you watching the show. So here's your reward. Don't give up 9. Hit that cogwheel, head down to the gift code section and click that redeem button and type in don't give up 9. There's only a certain amount of redeems here, okay? This one only I think there's only 1,000. So you gotta type it in quickly. There's a lot of people watching right now across all the socials. Don't give up. And the number 9. You get 1,000 coins, 15 diamonds, and 8 times shield, and a golden scratch ticket. All right, this one's worth it, I promise. Go type it in quickly, get it in your bank now. You're gonna want these coins, you're gonna want these diamonds, and you definitely want these diamonds if you want to practice some of these crazy rule sets we're adding, because I know that open draft, some of those other things, you got to use those diamonds, get in those private rooms with friends, get involved. All right, it's time. You got to prepare for the monthly finals. But folks, I need you to do one more thing for me. Were you paying attention? Get your typing fingers ready. I know you just typed in that gift code. I know they're ready. Let's type them in now again, because we've got one more trivia question as we prepare for our interview. How many cards are there to choose in the last spat the spot of Card Adventure. This is a fun one. How many cards are there to choose in the last spot of Card Adventure? Is it A, 5, B, 4, C, 3, or D, 2? Pal, I mean, what are we thinking?
I know what the answer is, but I can't say, but I know everyone's fingers are all warmed up.
Here's the question. Do you know? Because Card Adventure is a fun new mini game. Is it A5, D2? Which one is it? 5-2? Did you type in A? Did you type in D?
D2.
It is D2. Card Adventure, a brand new mini game in Uno Mobile. You can use tickets to open different cards. You get rewards in the final spot. There's only 2 cards, which means there's a 50% chance of winning. Go try the Card Adventure. It's a lot of fun. Brand new mini game. You definitely want to check it out. We've got our interview ready, I believe, here, pal. I'm excited to ask a few questions because VF4 Eyes really dominated in the grand finals, and excited to see from her perspective what went right and what was probably maybe the scariest part of the entire thing. So we're gonna get that interview ready to go once we. Oh, we're good. We've got her in here.
Let's go.
Four Eyes is in here. I gotta ask the starting question via Four Eyes. How are you feeling after your victory?
Oh my God, I'm in disbelief right now.
I love it. I love it. We had so much fun watching you kind of compete, and over the course of the tournament, you did an amazing job. But I wanna kind of look directly at the finals. Talk me through the finals. When you saw it was open draft, what was going through your head?
I mean, I just had to get as many discard all cards as possible to give me some type of leverage and just look.
Yeah, I thought the discard all play was genius. Everybody was trying to grab wild cards, but you were grabbing a discard all on every single time you get your hands on them, and it paid off. I mean, you won 3 out of the 5 games in the grand finals. Very, very well done.
Thank you.
I have
so
a question. I have a question for you, Four Eyes. I was so exciting to see you go through a lot of these plays. I need to know, how long have you been playing Uno Mobile for?
Since it was on the Game Loft platform, I've pretty much been playing that long.
That's awesome. It's the storied Uno Mobile players are the people that are winning these days. So it's impressive. Obviously, experience pays off. I mean, here's my question. I mean, what were your thoughts on this kind of brand new tournament mode where you're adding in a bunch of new rules? Was that like super stressful? Was it exciting? Was it something that you were pumped to see what rule was added, or was it something that was kind of scary at first?
Kind of stressful because one of the game modes that I kind of don't like is the 0-7, because you kind of just getting through there and just kind of trying to knock people out of the way. But oh my God, it was crazy.
Well, I have to follow up with that question. Out of all the 3 different modes, which one would you say was your favorite?
Open draft.
Yeah, I'd say so too. For us, you killed the open draft. It was a dominating performance. So impressive. You got to tell us a little bit about yourself. I want to hear, when do you usually play Uno Mobile? Are you an after work type of person? You play Uno Mobile in the morning while you're drinking your morning coffee? What's kind of your routine with Uno Mobile?
I play Uno all throughout the day, whenever I have free time. Yeah. So pretty much all day.
Well, I have to ask, you obviously have some fans in the chat throughout the different platforms that have been watching you and taking a lot of mental notes because you are a grand champion here. But I need to know, do you have any family or any friends watching right now?
Well, my husband and my daughter are in the living room watching while I was playing. So.
Oh my God, mommy knows that she came out with a big payday today.
Thank you so much, guys.
Of course. I've got one final question for you, and it's really more of a statement. I just want to say thanks for competing and congratulations again. I want to give you a chance to just shout out anybody you want to shout out. You can shout out friends, family, community, whatever you want to say. The floor is kind of yours here at the final moments.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to my beautiful daughter, Maya, and my wonderful husband, Daniel. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for competing.
Congratulations.
And huge congratulations.
so much.
Obviously, $3,000 richer, some diamonds, but also we'll be seeing you in November, right, for the grand final. So excited to see you back on the stage. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And go celebrate. Please do. You're going to have a lot of fun, I'm sure, tonight in celebrating for your massive tournament victory. So wholesome always, pal. Every time we have an interview on main stage, everybody's so excited. They've got their family they're celebrating with. And Uno community is definitely something special.
I mean, Maya, her daughter's just probably like, wait, what just happened? Wait. I feel like, Maya's probably going to get into some Unos like, okay, my mom's like a champion now. So I got to get on my Uno game as well. But I love that, she's a consistent player. She plays pretty much all day and she was very comfortable, even though she was in situations that she, didn't like the 0 and 7s, but was able to adapt and then come to being her favorite mode with the draft and was able to be victorious. You just see the adaptability with that type of gameplay. And, congratulations on a major win today.
That's exactly right, pal. A fantastic win. Played so well all the way through. And everybody's got their favorite game mode. Everybody has their favorite rule set and one they don't like as much. But sometimes you battle through anything that life gives you and you come out on top victorious. So congratulations again to both of our winners. We're going to be seeing Ryan, of course, in that November Grand Finals. But, pal, any final thoughts here for the broadcast before I send you off? It's the worst time of the show where I got to close this thing out. But final thoughts for the show.
I mean, this was probably one of the most exciting events because of just the wheel change up and having to spin for the uncertainty of a rule change. Usually we've had everything kind of fixed up, but this really kind of tested our players. We don't want it to make it too easy, but we didn't want to make it too difficult. But some of them definitely had some plays that were able to shine a lot of their skills. So congratulations to everyone who participated. I had a great time, obviously with you, having my Hawaiian shirt, being all matched up. I'm gonna go relax now with my sunglasses and my time and just, I had a great time. So I love you guys, love the Uno community. You guys are so sweet and I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you so much, pal. Enjoy the weekend yourself. Folks at home, what an incredible day of Uno Mobile competition. I've had a blast. I'm sure you have as well. So I've got to remind you one more time. If somehow you've made it through this entire show, maybe you're tuning in at the very end, but if you made it through the entire show and you haven't downloaded Uno Mobile for free in the iOS or Android Google Play stores, I don't know what you're doing. Go get your hands on this game for free right now. It's a lot of fun. There's a thriving community. And of course, you can engage with that community and Uno Mobile itself on all of their major socials, all of our live stream channels, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and everything in between. Exclamation point socials, we'll pull those up down in the description below. And of course, that Discord. But hey, you've loved giveaways. We've given away a lot today. And do you like free coins? I know I do. Let's roll that graphic because I got to tell you a little bit about our free coins. You got to go check out the brand new Mattel 163 store. It's store.mattel163.com /Uno. You want to go get involved on this because not only if you just log in, you get 50 coins for free, but there's like 20% discounts on that store. So if you head over to that store, you can actually spend money, get some cash, spend some money on the game. You're going to get some discounts for doing it at store.mattel163.com. All right. So store.mattel163.com /Uno and get up to 72,000 more coins. You got 20% discounts across the board, and you just get 50 free coins for logging in on the site itself. Super cool, super fun. I love that they've added this in. There's a lot we can talk about, but this is certainly a fun one. All right, go get involved in that store. There's actually a link down in the chat as well. You can grab that if you don't want to type in that entire link. So, hey, we've had a blast here on this event. Of course, we're closing it out, but let's talk about next event, the Community Cup. Almost down to the wire, down to the final 2 months. September, the next month, same place, same time, different day, of course, September 22nd. Watch that on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. Go check it out. September 22nd, same place, same time, new month. And of course, those qualifiers are happening at the beginning of September. September 1st through 10th are going to be those qualifiers. Did you get through the Bronze Cup? Did you make it to the Silver Cup? Have you made it to the Gold Cup before? Not quite here to the finals? September could be your month, all right? So go get involved, of course. That's all in-app. You just got to have the app downloaded. You can qualify in-game. Excited about our next event. Excited to be back with you. As a reminder, that Claws and Paws collection final 72-hour Star Surge is active. Go get involved. Or maybe you want to try that card adventure minigame I was talking about during the trivia. There's a lot going on in Uno Mobile, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Hey, I'm Gojj. I've been your host all day today and all year, actually, with the Uno Mobile Community Cup. Excited about next month. But folks, thanks for tuning in. I love these broadcasts, and I'm looking forward and seeing you in the next one. Until then, have a great weekend, and we'll see you in September.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.